Hey, Step J. Da 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 da. Alright, shut up. Less of that. Man, I'm unprepared tonight. God damn. I am unprepared. Hopefully you know where that theme was from. John Mouse, what up? Oh, I need to get back about your stag. God, I just haven't looked at it. Is it August the 11th? Is it in Liverpool? I think I'm free. John. Should be fine. Better to move to Monday. I second that of those OC fellas and ladies. JK. Yeah. I'm scared of the fucking overseas connection. Fucking bring 'em on. Well. Not sure what's going on. Do the king. Not Liverpool anymore, it's Brum. Alright, well there you go. I should probably check. I don't check group chats. I've got this fucking thing about them. I'm just terrible at checking them. And they have like 200 messages. I'm like, oh my god. Right, so it's in Birmingham. Let me check my calendar, John. I think I will be okay. Especially if it's in Birmingham, I should be fine. I would have preferred Liverpool though. Yeah. Is it an all-day thing? I might join on the night. I don't know. I don't know anybody there. That doesn't matter. Oh, Stu's calling in.
Yo.
Hello.
Better put my microphone in front of my mouth. That's probably a good idea. How are you?
I'm alright, mate. You?
Yeah, fine.
We are live on the internet. Don't say shit, cunt, or dicks.
Mike, I can't believe you said the C word.
What? Why?
It's just a bad word.
Well, it's a funny word.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how you say it. It sounds bad.
What if I say it like this? Can't.
Yeah, that sounds worse, to be fair.
Oh, okay.
So who's on with us? Who have we got? Because I have no idea.
Oh, really? Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, I will add said person to the call.
Okay, you do that because I don't know who it's going to be. He or she. Ooh, interesting.
There's the call.
No, it's not going to be Tara, is it?
How do you spell Tara?
You know, again, the wife to be in on the act.
What's your... I'm texting the person.
My name. Ooh. Are we recording? Ooh, we've got a problem.
What? We're not
We
recording?
got a problem.
What?
It's not recording since the updated Skype.
God. Oh, God.
Because there's an important update available. Let's update available.
Do you need to end the call and do that?
Just a bit. Let's see what it does. It says 4 for the 12th, 20, or 12 for the 4th, 28. Oh, that's ages ago. No, it's something to do with something else. No, let me just have a look. It should be recording now, but it isn't.
Cool.
So let me have a look at Skype settings, because Skype has all been nude up, and now it's probably shit. You'd have thought it would have just like kept the same settings, wouldn't you? Now then, how do you check what's allowed to access it now? I have no frigging clue. Can you even use recorders with Skype anymore? That's a good question, isn't it?
I don't know.
Right, hold up. Because when you go into settings now, there isn't. Oh, application settings. Let's see that. Chat, notifications, in-app sound, start up and close, privacy, share location with Bing, no, profile picture, manage block contacts, manage. Nope, export chat history. That doesn't do anything, does it? There used to be a little thing for using third-party applications to record in Skype.
Might have to get the YouTube rip.
Yeah, I might have to do that because I can't see anything anymore. There's audio and video settings, but there's nothing there at all. And yeah, nothing there to actually do. See, it's on default. What the fuck's default? Right, we'll put that on anyway. Make sure we've got the right microphone because it's stupid now. Yeah, well, I might have to get the rip because I cannot see anything in the settings now.
Okay. No worries. I'm streaming it and I'm recording it. It's fine.
So that's fine. It's all good. It's all good these days. We're just recording inadvertently anyway, don't we?
Yeah. All right.
So anyway,
Cool.
have we got another person in the call? Is that happened yet?
It has happened now.
Have they fallen down the stairs when the job
It's
did
happening.
that happen?
It's happening now.
I don't know what's happening now. It sounds like someone's moving house. What is that?
This is my fucking dinner.
Oh, is that what that bloody racket was?
Yeah.
Wow, that made a bit of a noise.
I know.
You're a noisy motherfucker.
Tara brought it in for me.
Let's have a look if there's any. I'm just while you're messing around, I'm looking if there's any sin in the settings on the Skype recorder thing.
Is he here, the mystery guest?
I don't know. It's just noisy. I don't know about anything else. I can't hear. Oh my god! What the hell was that?
That's the mystery guest.
Yeah.
He's got a funny voice.
Yeah.
Is he like some sort of cartoon character? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know it is,
Brilliant.
Pete.
Yeah. Is it Pete? Is that who's here? Or not?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell is going on? Interesting. So how are you, Pete?
I'm alright, Stu. How are you?
Oh, at least he's normal now. I like the normal thing.
Normal mode.
It was slightly weird there for a second.
Sauce.
Wondered what the hell was going on.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm well, mate. I am well.
Good.
I'm ready to go, I think. He says, no Duke. It's weird. No Duke. So we don't have any intro music. And I have to put that in afterwards. And I have to actually do stuff. I have to put an intro and outro in, which means, like, kind of work. Not much work, but kind of work.
Does that mean you'll be releasing it on Friday?
Yeah, it'll take me an extra day to sort all that shit out. Jesus Christ. Why? He's not allowed to go away and visit freaking relatives. They probably don't want to see him anyway because he's so noisy.
Probably.
You know,
Probably take a
can you
soundboard
imagine?
with him.
They probably have to get those specially like industrial earplugs when he comes round, you know what I mean? In case he starts shouting at them for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm
We've got
reckoning
some
that's
people
what-
in the chat, Stu, before we start. We've got Martin
Have
Chesworth,
we?
John Mouse, who I think I'm going to his stag do now.
Oh, no.
Step J, Soul Brothers in here as well. There we go. Shout out
Is that
there.
your Is that you scratching on a plate?
I've just come back in, so I need
I don't
to
think that. Well, you need something plastic maybe, so it doesn't make quite so much noise. What are you eating anyway?
a pizza.
Why do you
plate
eat a
by the
pizza with
sound
a
of it.
knife and fork?
Oh, don't start this shit. Yes, I eat my pizza with a knife
who
and
eats a
fork.
bit? Pete, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But you eat pizza with your fingers.
No. I sent in a speak pipe about this and it didn't get played by Duke weeks ago. And no, I'll back Mike up with this one. I'll eat it with a knife and fork.
Yeah, bitch.
You two
Yeah.
are fucking weirdos.
Mhm.
I'm telling you now. Who eats pizza with a knife? You cut it into bloody wedges and you pick it up and eat it. That's how you do. I used to go, right? There used to be a restaurant near us, like a pizza place, and they didn't even give you cutlery.
Yeah.
And if you
Well,
asked for
I'd ask for it.
Yeah, if you asked for it, they used to look at you like you were an alien.
They didn't. No, they fucking didn't.
Yes, they did.
We was in. It was my local stag on Saturday, Stu.
I know, I believe. Yes. How did this go?
And it went all right and everything. We was in a bloody fucking chippy at like 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was. And Simeon,
Right.
you know Simeon now, Tara's brother.
I know Simeon well.
Going on a big fucking rant about like how I don't like ketchup. All right.
Oh, that's weird as well.
He was going like, "Oh my god, who does not?" And he went up to this stranger, went up right up to him, and he went, "Who do you know that doesn't like ketchup?" And he went, "I don't like ketchup." And he went, "Wow!" like that. He went crazy.
But I mean, again, look, I have to agree with him. I mean, really, who doesn't like ketchup? I mean, ketchup is the like accompaniment to pretty much anything you have.
I can't eat it.
Is that you, Pete? This is going to be so confusing. Holy cow!
Fuck off.
It's like
I don't
talking to.
sound like him.
You sound very similar. It's like talking to one person.
That's why I put a different voice on.
Yeah, I know, but you can't do that for the whole show, and you sound a little bit weird.
I probably could.
Oh no, yeah, you probably could. You probably could. But yeah, ketchup. Not liking ketchup. Eating pizza with a knife and fork. Just a weirdo. Anyway,
I'm nearly fucking
we
done
should
with
get
it now.
going. I know, yeah, we should do the intro to the show and shit because, like, you know, it's all a bit weird when there's no music. So I'm just gonna do it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you both ready? You both ready? You ready, Pete?
Yeah.
Is Pete coming via satellite? What is going on here?
No, I'm all right. I'm here.
Right. Okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna do it. Hello and welcome to the Veteran Gamers episode 446. Yeah, now we need to do the pretend clapping and weird and woo, yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yes. Here we go. I'll do the bit because it has to be done. Yeah, 446 and come down and get your kicks.
That's not bad. That's probably better than some of Duke's, to be honest.
It's gotta be done here. At the Veteran Gamers. Yeah, so no sound effects. So those people who hate the sound bites are going to be happy this week because there isn't any. They're going to be like, oh, look, my ears can have a rest at last. So, yeah. Anyway, we should talk local stag do. So how did it go?
Hold on, you haven't introduced who's on the show.
Oh,
Bellend.
well, we don't usually do intro. All right, okay. I'm
Well, there's
Stu.
a bit of an exception today,
I know,
isn't
I
there?
forget because I know, but Duke does that, doesn't he? I don't do that bit. Okay. I'm Stu.
I'm Chinner.
Chinner.
And I'm Chinny,
Ah! This is going to be a really confusing episode for our
also
American
known as Ginger Balls.
Ginger Ball.
Ginger Ball.
That would be just way easier.
And for people that
I
don't
think-
know, this is my brother.
Yeah.
My older,
I think-
less attractive brother.
Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to agree there, to be fair.
Wow,
Anyway,
that was
what I
harsh.
think should happen. I know it was pretty harsh. What I think should happen here, I think every time Pete speaks, he should go, Ginge, and then talk, and then we know it's him.
No.
Yeah, that'd be really annoying for the listeners.
Yeah.
It would be, well, let's do it anyway. 'cause
Might
I
be
think
just
it'll
as
be fun.
annoying as sound clips.
Well, we've got to have a replacement for the annoying sound clip, so let's
Yeah.
just do it.
Ginge!
There you go, and then you talk.
Yeah.
See, it
No.
worked, and
I'm going to nip
it's
that in
an
the bud.
in. It's
Yeah,
an in
that's
to the
okay.
conversation.
I'm going to nip that in the bud. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No.
So, yeah. So anyway, introduction's kind of over because I always forget. Do we
Yeah.
need to do all the? We stream on Twitch and
Oh,
bollocks
yeah, we
and
stream.
Yeah,
So
you
the
do that,
local
do that.
stag went pretty well. Pete could only turn
Okay.
up for a little bit of it because he was being a father. A father.
I know that's what happens. People do all that bollocks, don't they?
Yeah. So we went go-karting,
Yeah.
and then we went and had a curry.
Oh, you had it. What sort of curry did you go for?
I don't know. I just went up to the man and said something spicy, but not too spicy. And he
Is
just
that
went,
literally what with chicken in?
with chicken in? Yeah, that's what I said. And he just got a thing. I don't know what it was, but it was nice.
But it was spicy enough, but not too spicy.
It wasn't
for the
spicy
chili.
enough, actually. Now that I think.
Was
about
it not?
Nah.
Holy cow.
Maybe next time I do it, I was like, I want something with a bit of kick, but not gonna kill me kick. That's what I'm gonna say next. But yeah, then we had a curry, and then we went out in a very nice place called Sedgley.
Sedgley. It doesn't sound nice. It sounds a bit rough.
No, it is a bit rough. And then we went uptown and stayed out till about 5 o'clock in the morning.
What was in Sedgley?
Just
what was
a
the draw?
Weatherspoons, and that was all we went to really. And then Yeah, and then we went uptown, and got fucked up.
Except that you didn't because you don't drink.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a very good Wetherspoons here. They're pretty good in Leyland, because you get all the microbrewery ales in for people. So they have one of
You're
the.
losing me, Stu. You're losing me.
What do you mean? What do you mean I'm losing you?
I couldn't give a shit about micro.
I know
breweries.
you couldn't, but the listeners might. You might not give a.
Nobody likes alcohol.
Cause yeah, no one likes alcohol. But anyway, they do this lovely blueberry bitter. It is, and it's about blueberry bitter, and it's about 5.5% proof, but it tastes like pop. So you drink it and you don't kind of realize it's alcohol because it doesn't taste like alcohol. It just tastes like drinking a soft drink, and you get pretty wasted pretty quick without realizing. So yeah.
At this point, I think Duke would move it on to story time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that is kind of story time. But anyway, anything else you've both done this week? No, Duke could be moving on to what we've been playing at this point. He'd be playing the jingle for that.
I don't know.
We didn't even do that. Anything else?
Nothing else happened in my life.
I'll tell you what I've done. This week. Built yet another deck.
You just
so I built another
deck mad.
Deck mad,
dick
yeah.
Mad. I love a bit of dick.
Yeah.
So I'm dick mad. So yeah, the guy who helped me build
having dick.
I'm constantly having dick and putting oil on my giant dick. But what you've got to be careful
Was it your mate's
of,
dick though?
It was my mate's dick, but I told him he needs to make sure it's well above ground level, because if your dick rots, your neighbour won't want to sit on it.
Was that girth level or ground level?
It's got to be just above the girth. That's where you want it. Ideally, to prevent any seepage. Because I'll tell you, if your dick's seeping, no one wants to get on that dick. So
what about when you spunk?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about like when it rots.
I thought you were talking about your penis.
What are you on about?
It was very confusing.
No. Oh my god.
Oh right, okay.
Well, I've come back from Bulgaria. Forget your dick.
Yeah.
I've just come back from holiday. That was cool. Yeah, it was wicked. We went on a catamaran. We soaked up some sun. Yeah, I had a real good time. I used my GoPro. Probably I've used it a couple of times before, but properly I used it every single day on the holiday.
I bought you that fucking GoPro, Pete.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Thanks, Mike. And
that's nice of him.
Yeah. So it was wicked. I had a real good time.
Are you going to do anything with that footage? What are you going to do with it?
He's going to give it to you to edit together, and then he'll get it in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
That's what will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. If you're lucky.
Not like the videos that you edit,
before.
You know, all those videos that you knock out.
Hey, I'm not the one who professes to be a filmmaker here, am I?
I don't profess to be a filmmaker at all. Who says I'm a filmmaker?
You make films.
I make videos that go on YouTube. There's a big difference.
It's a film. Don't split hairs.
That's like a very dad thing to say. It's a film, isn't it? I saw this film on YouTube, and it's about Ronnie Pickering. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
Or if I was Bongo, I'd go, it's a film. Yeah. Anyway, that felt a bit flat. It was a bit flat. It was a bit flat. I tried.
A dog just walked into my room and died.
Maybe I need to do more of an accent. Wait a minute.
No.
It's a film.
Just drop the fact that
it's
you just
film.
told a really
It's a
shit.
film.
Just stop
Or
it.
if you're Scottish, you see one of the funniest words I think.
Going.
Right? I know, yeah, is when Scottish people go, "It's a girl." What the hell's a girl?
It's a girl. We know that. It's an
I know,
accent
but
thing.
why did he say it like that?
Because they're Scottish.
Girl. What's this girl? Girl.
Why do you say fucking her instead of hair? Because you're fucking northern.
That's not the point.
It is.
Look, I'm
exactly
allowed to take the mickey out of other people.
All right, Duke would definitely move it on there.
He would be, but he's not here, so he can't move us on.
Well, I can.
It does. I must admit, it does feel very quiet without.
It's very quiet,
It's
isn't it? It is very
just a bit weird.
How is it
Weird
for
when
you, Pete?
Yeah, how's it for you, Pete?
It's fine. Second time in. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I ask you though? Obviously, Duke was there the last time you was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that though, with all the sound bites and stuff? How did you find it?
I thought it was.
Well,
I thought it was good
honest.
actually. No. I thought it was good. It prompts you well. Maybe you guys are used to it every single week. So as a virgin to podcasting, I think it was pretty good. It was a good cue for me to think about what I had to say next. So yeah, but this is different.
Rob VTS, who was at the Bury arcade meetup, says, I hope to see the GoPro video of Ginger Balls eating a massive pizza.
I've got photos. We had a pizza, actually. Yeah, me and Shell got back. We got completely drunk. We went to this place called Sunny Beach during the day. We took about, I don't know, 40 quid, I think it was. And instead of thinking about getting back, because it took about an hour and 15 minutes to walk there, we ended up getting drunk. We didn't have a penny on us, so we had to walk all the way back. We was dehydrated. We didn't have any money for a taxi or nothing. And I took a few pictures during that process, and that was pretty cool. And by the time we got back, the lovely lady at the hotel, because it was all inclusive, cooked us a pizza, which I shouldn't eat, and we ate it. Yeah, it was cool.
No, you have this thing about making yourself ill, don't you? You're just like, pizza.
Yeah, but you can't be good with food all the time, can you? And I am a lot of the time, and then I'll just have this complete blowout when I'm with my friends, and when I'm out with Shell, and we just think, sod it, we'll just go for it. So at that point, I had pizza and I was ill for the next 48 hours.
Yeah, I mean, what's interesting is it lactose intolerance you've got amongst other things?
I've got ulcerative colitis, being personal, but yeah, I've got ulcerative colitis, so I've got to watch my diet. Anything that inflames the colons, not like spicy food and certain other foods like tomato ketchup, ain't good.
Yeah, you see, you've got an excuse for not eating tomato ketchup. You see, Chinny hasn't.
Yeah, he thinks it's shit.
Disgusting. And, well, the point I was going to make is you've got this, obviously, condition where pizza inflames it. So what you did on the meetup was have the biggest pizza that they had. I mean, you didn't just, have a little one just so you could have a taste. I mean, you went the whole hog. I'm going to make myself ill for about a week now, didn't you, really?
Well, you're going to, ain't you?
Yeah.
There's no point in having one of these little bite-sized things that's going to make me ill for a day. I might as well just eat one that's king-size, like that pizza at the meetup. Yeah, why not?
It was, but I'll be honest, and I said this again, it's one of the best restaurant pizzas I've had. It was it was very, very good.
It was fantastic. Yeah. Whoever picked that, good choice.
Yeah, it was worth the illness. Yeah. Anyway, we should talk about what we've been playing. There ain't no jingle, so we'll just get on with this shit.
Video games.
So, Pete, what have you been playing?
I've been playing one game and one game only, and it's not PUBG.
No.
I've been playing State of Decay 2.
Oh, yeah. All right, okay, because I listened to you talk about this on the show you were on, and you said it was a bit shit, but you really liked it.
Well, Mike knows I'm the type of person that really puts everything into a game, and I start playing it, and I get into it a little bit. I just think, forget everything else. I'm just going to give it all. Give it my all, should I say. And
give it my all. Sorry. Usually just
we've got to replace...
carry on talking when I sing. So
yeah, we've got to replace the jingles with something. Yeah, just ignore him and carry on, Pete. You've got to go with the flow. Keep going.
So have you two played this game?
I have not.
No, don't have an Xbox.
No, right, well, Stu doesn't know. I've been tempted. I just never. I don't know. I heard the first one was jank, and then I've heard this one's good, but then I don't know. Just haven't had the chance.
Okay. Well, here's my take on it. I'll give you a couple of minutes on State of Decay 2 then. So it's made by Undead Labs, sold 4.5 million. I was really shocked about that when I heard this news about how many it sold.
Does that include the freebies though? With people have the Game Pass, or is that just literally proper sales?
Yeah, I think that's sales. Yeah. I was really shocked at that. But anyway, open world zombie survival game. When I last played it, I was on about I should play the tutorial, but I didn't know, and I felt a bit stupid afterwards. But the actual tutorial is at the start, where you're playing through this little camp, and it gives you a few little tips, but it barely gives you any information whatsoever. And I felt like it wasn't a tutorial at all. I thought it was dreadful. At the end of this little camp, you've got 3 places that you want to go to, that you've got to choose to go to, and I didn't feel it give you any information whatsoever. And there's some when you press pause, there's a how to play option there, and it gives you some little snippets of information. But I still don't think it's that informative at all. But anyway, so once you've ended this tutorial, you have 3 choices. You can either go to the plateau, the valley, or Cascade Hills. And the first time round, I think I picked Cascade Hills, and then I've deleted my game. I put about 10 hours into it, and I've started over again, and I've gone to the valley this time. And it's bloody hard. This game is so difficult. I mean, if anybody's having an easier time than me on this game and has real hints and tips and can make me sail through this game, then please tell me, because this is so difficult, I think. There's just so much going on. You know, when you was talking about Far Cry 5, Mike, where you just felt you got that pressure all the time. You felt that there was too much going on. It feels like this. It feels like that in this game. There's just you haven't got a minute to unless you're in your base, I suppose, and you just stand there doing nothing. Once you're out there, you've not got 1 minute at all. And I just think it's pretty difficult. But there you go.
I've heard it's not easy. I've heard it's not an easy game, but once you sort of get going with it, it gets better.
Yeah, I must admit, I played the first game for quite a while, so I did play quite a few hours into the first game. Okay. And I did quite enjoy it, and it was kind of cool because I'm sure from what you're saying, they seem to have ramped it up a bit. But the first game was kind of a bit more like set pieces, so there was stuff going on all the time, and obviously your little dudes were like doing stuff automatically. If you weren't in control of one of them, you know, they were doing whatever they were doing, like a bit of farming, or they were like scavenging for food or looking after other people, and you would choose like your little squad to go out with, and you had to obviously manage all the stats and resources and make sure if they got injured, the doctor healed them up and all that sort of stuff. But there was kind of like there was kind of objectives, and you'd be given like a almost like a task to go and do, which might be go to the house on the edge of town and get whatever it was, pick it up. And then when you got there, obviously, you know, you'd have like get overrun with zombies when you were in the house searching. And, you know, it was almost like set pieces, like staged and ready to go for you rather than random stuff.
Yeah, well, I've not played number 1, and that sounds very similar. But I found my experience with playing number 2 that you just don't get any time. And when I travel from one side of the map to the other, even if I'm just traveling just halfway across it, most of the time you're in stealth because there's that many zombies around. You find that other missions cancel off, or people get disappointed and leave your base because you can't tend to them all at the same time, and it really puts that pressure on you. And I don't like that about it. And the other thing
is, this one's got multiplayer now, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've not ventured into multiplayer at all. I've just played single player, and I just don't. You know, if you've built a good base, or you're doing well in the game, and then you got somebody that comes on and just completely screws it up for you, I'd really be disappointed about that.
So is it PvP or is it PvE? So is it you know, person versus person, or is it person versus environment?
It's environment. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was saying in the multiplayer, are you competing against each other though, or are you, you know, for territory?
No, it's a co-op. It's a co-op.
No,
yeah. So when you're playing together, you work together.
Yeah. If there's certain missions that you're unsure, like there's these plague hearts that you have to kill, and I've heard that if you just do that in the game and you don't do anything else, and I think that's what my problem is. I've gone to all of the side missions, and a little bit like GTA, I've gone off the beaten track, and I've not done the main missions, and I've done all the side missions, and I think that's where all my time's gone into. But I've heard if you do these plague hearts and you kill 10 of them, you've only got pretty much an hour's gameplay then of campaign to finish the game. But I don't like doing that. I like to, you know, submerge myself into a game where I'm understanding it all. But I do find it really really tough. And the other things that I really struggle with are the controls. So
is that because the controls are jank, or just there's a lot to remember and it's a bit complex?
Yeah, there's a lot to remember as far as the controls are concerned. There's a lot of sub menus to go into. There's your community, there's your inventory, there's the actual base itself, and there's sub menus from all of those. I think there's another one. I think that's the online play. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of things to go into. But the game is really buggy as well. Just stupid things like when you close a gate in your own base, sometimes you end up like on the other side of it, and you didn't expect to do that. Or if you're driving a car and you're running zombies over, you get half a zombie in the middle of the bonnet, and it just gets on your nerves. But the one thing as well, actually, I had a side mission where I had to pick this guy up and take him back to my home, and I picked him up. I ran over this bloater. So a bloater is this real big fat zombie that once it explodes, it releases like this toxic gas and kills everything around it.
Sounds very familiar, that, doesn't it, Ginny?
Yeah. So it's like in Left 4 Dead there was a boomer piece.
Oh right, okay, all right.
Did you play Left 4
pretty
Dead?
much the exact same thing. Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
No.
We should arrange a Left 4 Dead play night at some point because I love that game.
Yeah.
We should definitely do that. We should do a play date for Left 4 Dead. Get Pete on it, get him to play a bit of Left 4 Dead with us.
Yeah, I'll have a go.
He hasn't got a PC.
Yeah.
Oh, you do have access to a PC, of course you do.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And it's cheap as chips. It'll cost you next to nothing.
So I picked this guy up from this house, and on the way home I was driving this sports car, and I ran this bloater over, and obviously he exploded everywhere, and I completely lost the guy that was in the passenger seat. He didn't jump out. He didn't go anywhere.
Disappeared. It just disappeared.
And I got back home. I didn't even realise because I wasn't looking that closely to the car, and you couldn't really see into it because it was a sports car. I got back, I jumped out, got into the house, and then it's still got this mission objective on the top right hand corner to say, I can't remember what his name is. Has to travel with you home, and I was just like, hang on, he was in the car. So I went back to the car and he was not there. And after about 10 minutes, and I went into another thing to explore another house, he turned up, and I was just like, what? I don't know.
Back in the car or just randomly?
No. He turned up back at the base, and everybody had introduced themselves to him. So I find it really. So
did you did it complete the objective, or was that still?
Yeah, I think he must have left the car somehow and then just ran back.
Maybe he just got blown completely out of the car somewhere.
I think he must have got knocked out of the car and he ran back. That's what happened.
I didn't see the doors open or anything, but yeah, there's loads of little things like that. Even there was one guy. I had to show back to his house, and I jumped over a fence, and the mission aborted just because I jumped over a fence, and it really winds me up with the
that's
things.
Annoying with shit like that because it's like it shouldn't happen.
But I mean that the concept of the game, the whole thing itself, I think it's brilliant, but there's a lot of flaws to it. I mean the enemies are great as well. The juggernauts, you think that they're really overpowered, but when you battle them by hand, you actually beat them faster than you would do. I ended up shooting all of my 22 cal rounds into this guy's head, and I didn't kill him. I threw grenades at him, still didn't kill him, and then I jumped down, and I ended up hitting him twice with the meat cleaver and killed him. Then I fought this other one, and I hit him about 15 times with the meat cleaver and executed him, and it was really easy. And there's no, I don't know, I just find that there's no tips to it, and I feel like I feel a bit lost with it. But and again, I'm still putting my time into it.
But you're still enjoying it then?
Yeah, well, you've got to. I just want to see the end of it now because I've invested so much time into it.
So how many hours do you reckon you put into this game now?
Probably about. Well, I'm on day 12 of survival, and I don't know what that means in hours as far as gameplay itself. I don't know. I don't know whether it actually reflects. I don't think it does. But yeah, I've put quite a lot of time into it. I'd say a good 25 hours. I reckon 30 hours.
Mark Alex in the chat says the cars get stuck on anything in this game, even a blade of grass.
That's about right. Yeah. So, yeah, I do enjoy the game. I think it's really good. It's got a lot of potential, but it's just I don't know. There's a lot of things that I felt that should have been fixed way before its release. But
the thing with open world games are like notoriously bad at this kind of stuff. Like even one of your favorite games, Pete, like Fallout 3, like was jank as fuck when it came out, and 4. They're just hard to make, and I think we get spoilt with.
Games are hard to make. It's true.
No,
games
like
are
open world games are known for bugs, aren't they? So like, when you get Rockstar come out, even Red Dead, when Red Dead came out, there was loads of bugs in Red Dead when it first came out.
There's bugs in all these games. Let's be honest.
But they get patched out eventually.
Yeah, I suppose. But two more things with this game. Sorry. Two more things with this game. One is I thought that if you died, you'd go back to a checkpoint. And you don't, and I was so shocked because I had so much ammo and so much.
Yeah, it's permadeath, isn't it? If your character dies, it dies. That's it. Yeah, you have to go and get another person to go and collect all his shit.
Exactly, and I that really gutted me because I was so far away.
Yeah.
I went to this house where I had to negotiate a fallout between two different parties, and I ended up getting into a fight, and I just got completely slaughtered because I was on my own, and I was so shocked, and it really gutted me. So I had to put in the time then to go back, kill the people, get my stuff back, and it was annoying, but it was my own fault. I didn't really.
But that was the same in the first game, so that's not changed at all.
Yeah.
That's how
oh right, okay. The other thing is, you have to walk around a lot in stealth because I find if you walk around normally, you just get absolutely hounded by zombies. So if anybody is playing this game and wants a tip and they're just starting playing this, I'd say work on your fighting, rank up to 10, and then I'm sure it's fighting, and then there's a stealth perk then what you can specialize in, and you can sprint whilst in stealth mode, and you save so much time. So if anybody is starting to play that, then concentrate on your fighting.
But I'm assuming it's the same as the first game. Hot tip. I'm assuming it's the same as in the first game where you can tell, your community people to come with you when you go out on raids or missions or whatever. Can you not?
Yeah, you can. You can tell them.
So why are you not utilizing that?
Because I find that you get into more trouble when they're following you. That the game's that janky. When you jump down a rock cliff, they don't jump down it with you. They end up walking half a mile down the road and getting into so much trouble or dying.
Yeah, because they're not programmed to sort of jump down a cliff.
No. So even silly things, just jumping over large fences and stuff. Sometimes the game bugs where they just end up walking around and they cause so much havoc. It's a bit like Fallout. You're better off sometimes. Like I said before, you're better off on your own than you am with a companion.
Yeah, so that's where if you were playing in co-op would make a big difference because you'd have a real person jumping down the cliff with you rather than walking half a mile and getting in trouble.
A real person annoying the shit out of you.
A real person helping you.
Not annoying
you.
Or annoying you, or griefing you, or stabbing you when you weren't looking.
No. I like to play on my own. I don't think I could do multiplayer. I might have a go at that just to see how it goes. But I just think if somebody comes into it and screws my game up, I'm going to be seriously pissed.
Yeah, but you need someone who you can trust, don't you? That's what you need to do.
Yeah, I'll see first. Antonio's got a Game Pass, hasn't he? And I've still got to add him yet. But I'll see if he's playing this, and if he is, then see if we can do some co-op. But yeah, I wouldn't want to add a stranger into the game. I'm struggling as it is. So, but yeah. Sorry if I spoke a lot about State Decay 2, but yeah, that's right.
Mark Anix is offering. He says if you want to play some co-op, he's more than happy to play with you.
Class. Okay. Cool.
And Mark Anix is a good lad. He won't grief you too much.
Oh, you didn't say that before when we went out.
Yeah.
You said he was a right bastard, Stu.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, well, you've got to be careful what you say. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Mark Anix is he's a nice chap. He'll sort you right out. He will.
He's a good lad.
He will. And then he'll stab you in the face.
Like he does with the OC. Let's do it on a Sunday and fuck him up.
Yeah, that's what he does. Plays the sound bites in the wrong time. We should have got Mark Anix in. He could have played, filled in Duke's spot with the sound bites, couldn't he?
We don't fucking need an OC on here. Fucking causing trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what they said about it? It's like, oh, we're scared. That's why we're doing Monday nights now. It's like, fuck off.
Is that what it? Fuck that
so
shit.
Then, all right, you didn't see it. You should have seen it, all right? I went over to Mark's house and I fucking punched him. I punched him.
Did you?
I drove all the way up there to York.
Or the ball? Did you go face or balls?
Face and balls.
Ah, see, double punch.
Mad beef.
Or did you punch in the face and kick in the balls at the same time? That would have worked.
I don't know. This whole thing's made up.
Ginny, a game from you. What have you been playing?
A video game from me. I haven't played any Witcher 3 this week.
Have you not? Wow, that's weird.
It is weird.
It just feels weird. It feels a bit weird because you played it like literally every week for the last however many.
I think I still want to play it, and I'm pretty much on the home stretch and all this stuff.
Well, I was just gonna say, especially as you're so close to the end of the game.
I know, and I just went, you know what? I just need a break. Like I just.
Is that how you did? Is that how it sounded?
Oh god, it's so much hard work having fun. So I decided to. I'm also right at the end of Golf Story.
Oh, that's right. Yes, on the Switch.
Right at the end of it, and I was like, you know what? I just want to sit on the settee and just zonk out. So I'm gonna play fucking Golf Story. And I was right at the end of it. It was all I needed to do was one 9-hole course, and it was the last thing of the game.
Wow.
Yeah. And I spent...
So was there a twist at the end of the story?
There was a little. There was a nice touch with the world.
Well, I was
map.
joking, but I'm guessing there was something.
There wasn't really a twist, but like, you know, it's Mario World where you've got a world map. I mean, me and Pete, we grew up on Mario World, didn't we, Pete? Come on, all right. So
yeah,
the world map, I didn't realize what they'd done with it, but on the ending it shows you something cool about the world map that I didn't realize, which is quite. I thought that's quite a nice thing, but yeah, basically the ending is a really hard tournament. It took me about 3 goes to do it, and the last hole is a par 6.
There's no such thing.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as fucking half the things. I mean, there's ghosts in this game. What do you want? And then when I finished it, I was like, there was one little mission left to do. And I was like, oh, look for this. You gotta look for this little treasure thing. And then to my surprise, I found another mini game because there's like a Pac-Man mini game in this golf game. There's frisbee golf. There's mini golf. There's loads of weird things in the game, not just golf. But there's drone golf, which I thought was amazing. Yeah. So you get to fly a drone and drop a golf ball in a big hole, and that's the game. So there's just loads of little surprises like that.
I bet you love that.
I fucking loved it. It was great, and it was just like, oh, Stu, you're gonna fucking love this game. You're gonna.
I know, but I still cannot justify the purchase of a Switch.
You will get a Switch. We know you're gonna get a Switch.
Well, is it going to be Bayonetta player?
But like,
isn't it?
I would be pissed if you didn't play this before you got rid of it again.
No, I think I will. I mean, I've looked at it. It is totally my kind of game.
Yeah,
I like the quirkiness of it. You know, it does look. I mean, we know this isn't a Japanese developer, but if I looked at this, I would just automatically assume a Japanese.
No, well, when you read the dialogue and stuff, it's an Australian developer, and
right.
And like, there's some proper like funny stuff. You know, I don't like reading, as you know, Stuart. I don't.
Yes,
read,
you don't do reading.
I don't read shit, and you all bum. What's that game? What's that fucking game? To the Moon. Right, you and Duke.
I love To the Moon.
You fucking bummed that game, right? And I was like, all right, I'll play this. Pete, just for information, To the Moon kind of looks like this, but it's a very different game.
It does look very much like this.
And there's a lot of reading and all this, but it's and now Stu's got to interrupt here when I say this, but it's a lot of this like fucking sappy shit and like all this.
Yeah, it is.
It's all this like story stuff and. You know, I don't know. I just got really bored.
It's basically to give you the premise, Pete. It's basically a game where you can pay like a policy into a company, and when you're on your deathbed, they will fulfill your final wish to do something. So if you wanted to do something really crazy that you never did in real life, they basically go into your memories and alter them so you think that you did it even though you didn't.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a lot of ethical stuff going on because they're messing with your shit to make you believe that you did something.
I didn't like it, but like, there's a lot of reading in that, and that I got pissed off with that. In Golf Story, I haven't thought once about how much I've had to read. Not once.
I know, and there's a lot of it.
There's loads. Like every character you come across, the golf part is really fun. It's challenging, and like you can play 2-player like golf, like just nothing to do with the story, but there's like a 2-player mode. Like I love this game. I absolutely love it. It's gonna be up there with one of my favorite games I played all year. I love it.
Yeah, it's good. It does look very good. But I was going to say the other thing with To the Moon, there isn't really the gameplay to balance out the story stuff.
You think there is? They tease like a turn-based thing, and then it's a joke.
Yeah, and then you go, no, you don't.
Yeah, but anyway. Golf Story is
very basic puzzle stuff. But that's it.
Took me about 22 hours. So it's a fucking meaty game, you know. For like, I forgot where I bought for it, but I don't give a fuck about money now, Stu. Shit. You know,
why was that? Has something happened since I last spoke to you?
No, you know, it's just you do all right, Stu. You know what I mean?
I won the lottery, and I just didn't tell you.
No, it's like it's different when I was a student. I was like, oh fucking hell, 15 quid for a game. But now I'm like,
yeah, I'm still like that. What are you talking about?
I know, because you're a type prick. That's why.
I'm a tight bastard, mate.
Yeah. So like, it's a badass game. It's 50. Let me look at how much it is. But I was really impressed with it. I
thought you said it was more around the 20 quid mark.
It might be. I don't know. I don't pay attention to fucking shit like that. But it's all right. It was a fucking good one.
It does look good. I do like the look of it.
What's the price? What's the price website? Oh,
the price is
£13.49.
You can't argue for that, can you?
No,
20 hours of gameplay, and you can play. I mean, when you're finished and done, you've got a golf game that you can come back to and play 2-player whenever you want. So, it's good.
Yeah, I don't think it sounds as good a value as a game I picked up this week.
Yeah, but that's debatable. So, what did you pick up?
Yeah, well, what I picked up this week, they were selling off a load of games at Smith's Toys.
Oh, God.
And I picked up Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh no!
For £5.
I still think Golf Club for 13 is a better deal.
Well, Golf Story 13.
Well,
yeah,
what did I say? Golf Club, yeah.
You did say Golf Club, although that is a good game as well.
Golf Club is class as well.
Yeah, but yeah, I picked up Andromeda for £5, and I thought, you know what? Even if I get pissed off or bored with it halfway through, it's £5. And they've done a lot of
Pete, have you played the Mass Effect games?
No.
Oh my God, I think you'd love them.
1 and 2 are amazing. 1 and 2 are just
3 is good as well. Don't listen to
Stu. 3 is good as well, but there's a lot of controversy around 3.
Don't worry about it.
I think you can play them, can't you, on the Game Pass?
I don't know.
You possibly can.
I think so. I think there's some backplay. I can't remember.
What you've got. This is the thing you've got to bear in mind, especially if you play 1 first, which probably you're gonna.
It's 11 years old.
Yeah, it's an old game, and in addition, it's a true role-playing game in the sense that you have to level up your character to get like better. If you forget to level, because you'll be tricked into thinking it's a third-person shooter when it isn't.
Yeah,
right. So
whereas the second and the third one are a bit more like Gears,
more third-person shootery. But the first one looks like a third-person shooter, but doesn't play like, because you'll quite often miss enemies, even though you're completely aimed at them and stuff.
Yeah,
because you've got to you've got accuracy and all that kind of stuff before it gets better. So it's very realistic. But also the other thing I didn't do when I played the first Mass Effect was didn't realize I had to level up my crew and my characters as well. So you have to level everybody else up, and you forget to do that.
I knew that. And I never played a role-playing game before. It's just because
I were about 5 hours in when I realized I had to learn. I'm thinking, why are they so shit? And I was like, oh, that's what you need to do. And then but once you do that and you can start giving them weapons and armor and all that sort of stuff, it makes a massive difference. But if you know that from the beginning, you'll be fine.
Mass Effect Trilogy, all 3 games, is £22.
Is that really true? That's nothing, is it? For some of the best games ever made. I love
Mass
Effect.
Brilliant. Coffee Cat's going to bed. Saying goodbye.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Bird. Oh.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So,
But
yeah, I think you would love Mass Effect, Pete. I really do.
Well, you said it's a bit like Gears.
Well,
The
no,
second
it is.
game,
It is and it isn't.
No. That would be doing it a disservice. It isn't really like it's a lot more story heavy, and what's kind of cool about especially the first two games is you can either pick like bad options or you can pick like good options. So you can either be a goodie or you can be a complete arsehole.
Yeah.
Right.
I was a complete arsehole.
Yeah, that's what I'd do. We're completely the same.
It's so much
fun.
So
there's a scene in Mass Effect 2 where a woman reporter comes up to you, and if you pick the bad option, he punches her in the face.
Yeah.
So it's pretty full on, you know.
Which I did.
Yeah, which you did, and I did it by mistake because I didn't expect him to do that. He just
you did it because you hate women.
I did it because I hate women. It's true. Yeah. So that's what happened. I was like, what the fuck? He's just punched her in the face. Oh my god. And there's another scene where he just throws someone through a window to the death. It's like, yeah.
You can't spoil it for him. Jeez.
I might give it a go. I don't know.
Yeah.
How long are these games? Are they massive?
Yeah, they're pretty big.
30 hours. About 25 to 30 hours.
They're good, though.
They're not enormous in the sense of role-playing games, really, because they're only about 30 hours. They're not in the realms of, like, Witcher, where you're going to be playing upwards of 80 to 90 hours.
Yeah.
But they're still pretty meaty. They're good, though. They're good all the way through.
Good games, man.
Yeah. Over to me, I guess, for a game. Over to me, says. I'm going to talk about a little game that I did mention last week briefly, but I've been playing the Unravel 2 demo.
Oh, fucking! I wish I got the games in order.
I like doing this too. That's why I did it. Unravel 2 demo, which I started last week, and actually didn't finish playing it till this week because the demo is over an hour long, or just about an hour long. It's enormous, and at one point I'm like, have they given me the full game by mistake? Is that what's happened here?
Is it a Yakuza 6 or whatever it was?
Yeah, so it's like that. It gives you loads, and I like that. I mean, it's a really cool demo, and in actual fact, it is so good that I am gonna buy this. I might wait for a sale. I don't know why. I'm being a bit stingy.
Okay, Stu, we know that you're gonna wait for a sale. We know that.
I know.
Don't lie.
But I'll give you the reason why. Right? If this game had been
because you're tight.
Because I'm a tight ass. If this game had been say £12. I think I'd have just pulled the trigger. If it had been like around more nearer to the £10 mark, but it's like $15.99. I'm like, it was good, but I don't know why it's $15.99. I don't know. But it is really, really good. I really like it. I mean, the graphics, like I said last week, look amazing. And as you get towards the end of the demo, the puzzles do start ramping up a little bit, and you have to really think about how you're going to complete what it needs you to do. Although they've done a really amazing job of making a co-op game single player in the way that you can join yourselves together and all that kind of stuff, and it gets a little bit tedious, constantly having to unravel to do something, then join back up to not do something, and having to think as two people all the time. And I think if I was playing this in co-op with Millie, I think it would be a whole lot better than just playing it on your own. I do think it would. Although, like I say, they have done an amazing job of making it a co-op game. And making it a single-player game as well. I think they've done the best that they could possibly do.
Yeah.
And it's very slick. It is really, really slick. But, yeah, I definitely recommend you should both try the demo because it is really, really cool. And as for you, Pete, I reckon sort of Maddie would like this, if you could play in co-op with her on the couch.
Yeah. Looks good. I like the graphics.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very child-friendly. No guns involved. You have to shoot anyone in the face.
Yeah, she won't play that.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Oh no. But if it's anything
teenager,
like
they like blood and gore, and they're just, I don't know. Jimmy would like this, I think.
Yeah, I must admit, I keep forgetting that she's a teenager now, which is just weird.
Yeah, I know.
Which is just weird. Yeah, don't they? Well, Millie's left school now. That's it. She's done. She's just weird.
How did she get on?
We don't know yet. I mean, she gets the results exactly a month from today, which she informed us of today. So I guess we'll find out at that point. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, like I say, this game I think will be a really good one that you could play, co-op with your kids or whatever. I mean, these kids these days, they know what the fuck they're doing, don't they? It's not like when we were, us adults, we have half, we don't have even half the nonsense that these kids do. They'll be fine. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's a great one to play with your kids or, anyone who just wants to play a nice video game. And they usually, if it's anything like the first game had this like very eco message underlying the game, and it was like quite a serious thing. And I'm assuming this one will probably be much the same. It'll be sort of centered around some political thing or theme or, the first one was all about sort of waste and people chucking stuff away and like pollution and things. So I'm guessing there'll be some underlying tone to it. But yeah, the last level in the demo is kind of cool because it's like a disused playground that no one goes to anymore. So you're making use of all the play equipment and the swings and the slides and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, very good. I totally recommend it. Like I say, it's a really good.
You tight ass.
I know. I'm close. But I've got too much other stuff to play. That's the trouble. And what I think I'll probably do, regardless of whether it's on sale or not, is when I've finished playing A Way Out with Millie, which we're quite a way in that now, and then we've stopped playing it again. So we need to get back on that. And she's been busy and going around to friends and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I need to get sort of back on A Way Out, and once that's sort of done, maybe buy this to replace it to play with her. Yeah. Because she likes that kind of stuff. Right, back over to you, Chinna.
Okay, so I have been playing another game.
Really?
Yes, indeed I do. But I can't remember what it was.
Who knew?
Oh yeah, there's a game called I don't know if you've heard of this one, Stu. Fortnite.
I may have heard. Oh my god!
So I was downloading.
It's no longer.
I was downloading some
Fortnite for life.
I was downloading some demos on the Switch, right? Because I was finished Golf Story. I was like, what am I going to play next on this piece of shit? No, I love my Switch. And I was like, oh, Fortnite's on here. I was like, I've never even tried Fortnite. So I downloaded it, switched it to play it. And then it went, log into your EA account. It went, bye. And then I deleted it. Bye.
Is that really what happened? So you didn't even play it again because you had to log into EA?
Yeah, I couldn't be Epic. You have to log into Epic, sorry. Yeah, so I didn't do that. But I downloaded another demo.
All right.
And this was better.
Okay.
Basically because I could play it without logging into something. But this was Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
What the hell is that?
You don't know what that is?
No, not a clue.
Oh no!
Captain.
Has he got? Let me guess. Has he got a toad in it?
It's the Toad from Mario.
As if I'm gonna know what the fuck that is.
Oh my god, you're such a fucking lame-o. Right.
Not lame. I'm fucking I'm
so
not.
It's on screen now. So this. Let me give you the history.
Like
Shut up. Let me give you the history of it. Right. So there's a game on the Wii called or the Wii U called Super Mario World 3D. Right. And it was a Mario game, but it wasn't like a Galaxy or anything like that. And it was kind of like isometric levels and things like this. And then in the game there were little Toad levels, and these little Toad levels were just like little mini games, and they've made a whole game out of those.
All right.
And it came out on the Wii U originally, and then they've re-released it for the Switch, and each level is like a little puzzle. So you'll see on the screen now, it's just a little puzzle. Captain Toad can't jump because he's weighed down by his little backpack. He's got a little torch, and you get the objective of the level is to get the star, right? So you get the star, and then you finish the level. But then you'll have like 3 gems that you've got to collect, and every level has a little own objective, and it's really good. I loved it. It's a little puzzle game basically.
So have you bought this?
No, but I only haven't bought it because I've got so much to play. It's ridiculous. And I've got Zelda on the Switch. So I think the next game that I'm going to play is Zelda. But I'm always hesitant to buy.
So have you got Breath of the Wild then?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know you had that game.
I've had it for months.
Wow.
The problem
It'll be interesting because I loved it. Duke hated it. Let's see how you feel about it.
But Mass Effect 2 was the lesson that I learnt of. I used to, I used to buy a game and I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna play it straight away. I bought Mass Effect 2 and I didn't play it for a year. So I only play games. I only buy games if I've got the intention of playing it straight away, and that's why I haven't bought Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. Not because I don't think it's good, or I don't think I would like it, or like it's too expensive or anything like that. That's not the reason. The only reason is like I just don't think I'm gonna play it right now. Yeah, because I don't know. It's just the next game that I want to play on my Switch is Zelda, and I think I'm gonna play that on the plane on my honeymoon. So. Because it's a long plane journey.
It's very long, and it's a long game.
Yeah.
Mike, do you remember that game that we used to play as kids? Scrabble,
Scrabble, yeah.
That's just like...
It is a bit like...
that's like this game, yeah.
Yeah, it is like Scrabble, yeah. Scrabble, for people that don't know, is like a board game where you've got to get this like marble ball around the this like track. And you're basically just pressing buttons to get this ball around. It is a bit like that. So, the story is usually at the end of the course, but there's even boss fights as well. So in the demo, they give you 3 levels, and the third level is a boss fight, and it's this dragon, this is all made by Nintendo. This is all like, so it's polished to fuck. It's like
you could say that.
It's just so well made, and all the puzzles are really fun, and it's like charming and funny and. So I really, really liked it. And they've added a few sort of Mario Odyssey levels to the Switch version. So they've added some content as well. So like a big level in Mario Odyssey was New Donk City. So they've added a New Donk City level. But yeah, as you can see on this person's collecting these 3 gems, and then he collects the star, and away he goes. And
this is cool.
It is class. It is really, really good.
So, yeah, but is it good enough to make you feel like you want to buy a Switch, Pete? That's the question.
Well, I was just going to say, is it Switch only, and how much does it cost? Sorry, I didn't get that. It
is. It's on the Wii U as well. So if you really wanted to play this came out on the Wii U originally. But as I said, they made Mario Odyssey levels extra for this, so there's some extra stuff. But so if you wanted to play, the cheapest way to play this is buy a Wii U, and buy it on there, but it's about 15 quid, I think. I haven't got my Switch on me at the moment. I don't know where it is.
The cheapest way for me to play it is just go around your house and play.
Well,
yeah, that is true.
The Xbox that you play is mine. The fucking PC that you play is mine. The fucking camera that you used on the fucking not the GoPro. I bought you that, but like the other fucking camera. That's well, it works. But Do
you know what's funny? It's still £17 on the Wii U is the cheapest that it can be found online.
Yeah, so Antonio's got this big beef with the Switch, and like people call it the Switch tax, where they charge a lot for their games, the Nintendo, which is true. It's not wrong, but
that's because they're money grabbing bastards.
Yeah, they're from up north. So no, the reason why is because they just they just hold their value. The Nintendo games always hold their value. Even like an original cartridge of Super Mario World has some decent value to it. Super Metroid on the SNES, they just hold their money. Like they're really, really, really well done games, and they just don't drop the price.
No, all the games, like all the
Zelda
Nintendo developed games do.
Yeah. No, like if I go on Amazon now. So let's type it Amazon UK, and then type in Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's not going to be cheap on the Switch. Let's have a look. Yeah, 47 quid. You can buy it like somewhere like 40 quid, but 47.54. They just never drop. And then you look at another game like, was it Shadow of War? Let's go Shadow of War. which came out probably after Zelda. And that's
do you want to know something more interesting?
And that, no, just to finish that before you cut me off, you rude prick. The Shadow of War.
Fuck.
Shadow of War is 20 quid, and that came out after Zelda. Yeah. So like that goes to show like how much they hold their value.
Yeah, just to reinforce the fact, even the Wii U version of Zelda Breath of the Wild is still 40 quid.
Yeah. So they just don't drop.
37.99.
They just don't drop. It's just the way it is. But no, yeah. It's good.
And even second-hand ones are 27 quid.
The only thing that I found awkward about Captain Toad Treasure Tracker was the course that you're on now. There's certain elements, because everything has like some sort of, you can pluck things out the ground, you can throw things, but the course you're on now, there's like these pink and blue platforms, and the way you move them is tapping the screen, and it's a bit awkward to take your hands off the joypads and tap it sometimes. So yeah, so the puzzle that he's got right now, so he's picked up a key, so he went to walk through the tunnel with the key. But because he's holding the key above his head, he can't fit in the tunnel. So then you have to try and work out, well, why can't I get this key? How can I get this key down to where it needs to be? So it's just little brain teasers, really. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at. Do you know what would bug me? How slow he moves.
Well, because he's got a backpack on. That's why he can't jump. You can run as well.
I get all that.
You can run.
All that, but he's just painfully slow, isn't it? When he's moving even across a small part of the screen, he's
adorable.
He's too slow.
He's adorable.
Needs to get a move on. That's what he needs to do.
He's adorable.
Jesus.
No,
no, it does look pretty good. And I guess that means it's back over to me. So what else have I played? Yeah, I have been playing a little Android game, which is what you were trying to set up because you thought that's what I was going to talk about. But I will talk about it. I have no idea how you say the name of this game. I can only guess it's Colorzuzzle.
I don't know.
Colorzuzzle. It's hard to say, isn't it? Because you're like, how do you say
Colorzuzzle?
Colorzuzzle.
Colorzuzzle.
It just sounds like you're pissed trying to say something else. But yeah, Colorzuzzle. This was free, so it was a freebie. It was reduced from, I think it was about $1.99 to free for 2 days on the Android. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll give this a go. It's actually pretty good. I like it. It's like a lot of these other puzzle games that are on Android, but it's got very nice ambient background music. And it's another one of these games, though, that starts off fairly tame. And you think, it's a bit easy. What does all this mean? It's a bit easy.
Yeah.
And as you get further into the game, you just keep introducing more and more complex mechanics. And so much so, it gets to a point where you're like, oh my God, and there's like maybe 5 or 6 different mechanics going on the screen at the same time. And just to describe what you have to do, you have to grow a tree. But the way you grow a tree is by mixing colours together. Okay. So wherever there's a blank one, you have to mix the 2 colours to make it the right colour to grow the tree. So in this one, there's like yellow and dark, and like yellow and red makes orange. So you have to mix the 2 colours to make orange. And then when you get orange, you grow the tree. Or you get yellow and light green makes yellow and dark green makes a lighter green. So you have to do that.
Yeah, this is going down well in the chat. Brett Sheldon Jr. says, what is this stooped game?
I think he's talking about the Toad thing. I think it's just been delayed. That's all it was.
No.
It was delayed. But obviously, as you get further into the game, it just starts getting more and more complex.
I already don't like this.
So what don't you like about it?
Mixing colours. I was never good at it at school.
What's wrong with mixing
I was like, I don't understand any of these colours. Well, fuck this.
You see, but what then? So this first bit looks, well, it doesn't look fairly simple, but it is fairly simple. But then this, as you can see, the next thing they introduce is a flippy one that goes 4 different colours.
Oh my God.
And then they start off really simple with the 4 different colours, okay? And then after they've introduced the 4 different colours, then you introduce like pointy colours that have a laser coming out of them and mirrors.
No, so Brett Sheldon Jr. said, no, it's this colour game that he thinks is stupid. And he's correct.
He's not. It's a great game. I actually quite like it, but I am getting my head around it, but it's a game that I feel like I can only play for so long before my head starts hurting. You know what I mean? And
yeah, it reminds me of a Rubik's Cube, and I threw that up the wall when I was about 8 years old.
It is a bit like a Rubik's Cube, not quite as complicated as a Rubik's Cube, but it's definitely got some of those trappings that you have to move a lot of colours around. And as you get further into the game, it just like the amount of stuff on the screen is enormous. You know, it does get really, really crazy. But you can't complain for free. It was a free game.
Yeah.
You know, here we go. Here's lasers. Can you see lasers? Then they do lasers with mirrors, and then lasers with mirrors and swapping cubes around. Then lasers with mirrors doing other shit, and it's just like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, and then expanding.
Sorry to divert away from this beautiful game, but Martin Chesworth said, "Hey, Ginger Balls, EA Access is £20 for the year. So if you did decide to get Mass Effect in the future, that's an option."
Oh yeah.
EA Access is
and
basically
you get other games.
EA Access is basically Game Pass, but with EA games. Pete.
I didn't realise it was only £20. I might
£20 a year.
Yeah, I might part with that then. That ain't that bad.
That's pretty good because, like, for someone like yourself, you've got Game Pass. That's it, and you're not looking to buy any new games. You're just using Game Pass as your excuse to like play whatever's on there. You could get EA
until Fallout comes out.
Until Fallout comes out, but like you could get EA access, and you've got a whole new library of.
There's a lot of games on there now. You can get stuff like Battlefield 4, FIFA, Dragon Age Iquique. You can get Dead Space is on there. Plants vs Zombies.
Dead Space is oh my god, Pete, you would love Dead Space. Fuck.
Yeah, all the Mass Effect games, Mirror's Edge. What else on there? Yeah, there's all the Dead Space games.
Dead Space is
Dragon Age Origins.
Dead Space is like Resident Evil in space, Pete.
Dead Space 2, Dead Space 3, Burnout Paradise. So there is some decent games on there for 20 quid a year. You can't really complain too much.
Unravel 2.
Oh.
Yeah, Unravel. Is Unravel might be on there, but Unravel 2 isn't.
No, Unravel 2 is.
Is it? It's not on this list on Wikipedia. They must be wrong.
Well, it's on the website.
Don't know. Oh, there you go. That's even better.
Or maybe I got it wrong. Don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably Wikipedia. That's not been updated.
Peggle. Mark says there's Peggle.
Yeah, Peggle's on there.
Peggle's the fucking
Titanfall. Titanfall's on there.
Yeah,
there's a lot of choice for 20 quid a year. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. You might as well do that. So there you go. So that's me. I can't say anything more about Colors Old that you can't even say the name of that game. And back to you, Chinny. Have you got something else?
Has Pete got any more or not?
No, he only played the game, did he? Don't worry. I had already taken into account that he'd only played one game.
Okay. I downloaded another demo for the Switch. And it's Uno. Remember Uno?
Whoa! Yeah, you're getting your kit off. So
wow, I still play that game.
So yeah, Uno, for people that don't know, got quite famous in the very, 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 very early days of the 360 because it had a webcam feature. And basically people would use this webcam to either get naked, have sex with their spouse, or do lines of cocaine while playing games of Uno. And that's the and also Uno is fun to play. So it had everything.
I played Uno, the card game, before it was even on Xbox.
Yeah, me, Pete, and our dad used to play like a similar game, but we used to call it Trumps, I think.
Yeah, we used to call it blackjack, with normal cards.
Yeah. I've heard people call it blackjack, but it's not the actual.
Which was 8 was Missigo, blackjack was pick 5,
Queen
redjack
is
was
like
cancel it.
Rotate the order.
Oh, that's a new one. Never did that.
Yeah, the Queens rotate the order. Yeah.
And 2 was pick up 2. So so 2 was
and blackjack was pick up 5, and then you could add the 2.
Yeah, and if you had a red jack, you could cancel it.
That's right. So that's basically what Uno is. It's pretty good. Uno on the Switch is good. It's Uno though, so I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about Uno, is there?
No, I didn't buy it because it's Uno.
Uno, isn't it?
I don't know why I didn't buy it. I just thought, well, that's fucking Uno. Who cares? But
it's because you didn't want you get your cock out on camera. That's why.
I was just curious to see if it's just a bit more polished now. Seeing as that one was so short, I'll just talk about this one, and I think this is my last one for today.
Is this your last one?
I just had this urge to play fucking Prison Architect again.
You love that game, though, don't you? I mean, that is your game. That's your bitch.
Oh, my God, I love this game so much. And then I switched it on, and I forgot that there's a story mode.
There is now, yeah, and there is the 3D thing. You can actually go into the prison.
Yeah, no one cares about the 3D thing. It's boring. But the story mode is fucking badass, man. So Prison Architect, I'm sure people know what it is. But it's a prison. You build a prison. That's it. That's pretty much it. That's the game.
That is pretty much it.
There's little things like, you know, you can you have to have a holding cell. You have to worry about your budget. You have to you know, you have to like hire staff, gardeners. You have to have a regime for the prisoners. Sometimes the prisoners try and tunnel out. Sometimes
stop the staff from being killed.
Sometimes they make shanks. Sometimes they steal cutlery. So you put metal detectors in. You can put surveillance cameras in. You can train your guards to have guns or dogs. All sorts of shit that you can do. But the game has a story mode, and the first chapter of the story mode was in the beta for the game. Where and then the chapter 2, 3, 4, and 5 follow on, and they're all sort of interlinked together. So the first chapter is about a chap that finds his wife in bed with another man, and he kills both of them, and he gets sentenced to the electric chair, and it's your job to execute him basically. And there's this big speech about, like, you know, justice has been served. You're not here to judge him. It's not your place to say whether he did do it or didn't. So they try and put the story in, and like the story's really good. The story's really fun. And the story on this one now is, like, I think that's chapter 2. You arrive at a prison and it's all on fire. The whole prison is on fire. So it's teaching you how to put it all out. And it turns out that the fire was done to try and kill one of the mafia bosses. And it turns out that one of the mafia boss's son was one of the guy that the bloke killed in bed with his wife, right? And the only reason all the mafia got caught is because when that guy shot his wife and that man, the police went round and found all the cocaine, and that's how the mafia got caught in prison. So it was quite a good story, and it was quite funny. But yeah, so you have to douse out all the fire in the prison. And the one that's on the screen now, a riot has taken place. So you've lost complete control of the prison, and all the red areas are basically inmates beating the shit out of everyone. You got dead staff everywhere. It's just a fucking mess. So you've got to get the riot police in, and you've got to get you know, the SWAT team in, like an armed force in, and then the fire team. You got a paramedic team as well. So you've got to go in. It's a bit of an operation. And on that chapter, one guy has got the chief prison dude hostage.
Like the warden.
The warden, yeah. And he's got a hostage, and he's playing Russian roulette with him. So it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, we met the guys who developed this game, and they were really sound blokes, weren't they?
It's a British-made game. It's just really good. It's got a nice, humble sort of beginning. Yeah, and it's just good. It's just a really, really enjoyable game. I mean, I've spoken about this before. I have made one prison in Prison Architect, which looked fine to me, but it was just truly shit. Yeah, it's just a case of like getting to know the systems and getting to know, you know, things like you have viewing areas for families to come visit their loved ones. And this is good for the prison because it gets their family bar. They've all got like meters and stuff. So they have recreation meters. They have like hunger meters, and then family and stuff. So you put phones in the yard so they can bring their family. But like visiting areas is good because then they're satisfied that they've been seeing their family. But
I had one of those.
You've got to make a one-way system
in there as well.
You've got to make a one-way system when you make one. You see, so you've got to make sure that that the visitors come in one way, but the prisoners can't get in that way. They come out another way. And then there's the other thing of like one time at a prison where like there was a big bottleneck with the deliveries to the kitchen. So I made this massive kitchen, but like I couldn't like make food quick enough because the deliverers was taking too long to get through all the doors. So I made this like side street, like side way of getting into the prison, and I had to guard it 3 times because everybody kept on escaping and all this sort of stuff. And then you can just do a shutdown and say, right, fucking everybody lock their cells, you're locked in, and we're searching every nook and cranny. And if the fucking prisoners hate that shit. They fucking hate it when that happens.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's good. It's just fucking brilliant. I honestly played it. I thought I'd play it for an hour and I ended up playing it for 5 hours. So it's just that type of game. I've always wanted to find another game that does this to me. And I know RimWorld's people have been saying RimWorld's kind of similar to this, but that's more survival based. I just fucking love Prison Architect so much. It's so fucking good. It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, the bit I have played, I did enjoy, but I'm just a bit shit at it. I'm not particularly good.
No, you get better. You got quick builds as well, so you can, that they've added a lot to the game now.
It's a long time since I played it. It's probably well over 2 3 years. So if you didn't
want to think about like, oh, I want to look like this and stuff, there's quick builds of everything, so you can just like, oh, this is a basic cell. You can have bunk beds now, so you can have shared cells. I'm thinking about making a prison where it's like a luxury prison where everybody's got their own little yard, everybody's got their own thing, but you've got to.
So you had like some millionaire who could pay for a special place, pay off the warden, give him some cash.
But I was also thinking about doing a prison where, because you have to have every prisoner you take, you get more money, and you can stop the intake, you can slow the intake down or not. And there's 3 different types of prisoners as well. There's like minimum security, normal, and maximum security, and obviously the higher they are, the more trouble they cause. And yeah, I was thinking about doing a prison where I only have maximum security prisoners, and I never stop the flow, so I have to keep up with it, and just to see if it's going to be a disaster or not.
What I kind of liked about it was the fact that every little prisoner had their own little backstory and obviously what crimes they committed.
Sometimes you click on them and they're little Easter eggs. So I clicked on a prisoner once and his name was Gordon Freeman, and he said he went missing for years. So little funny things like that. It's just a great game. It's just fantastic. It's so much fun. I just love it. I adore it. This is how sad I am, right? My prison was really dirty, so I got a janitor. I hired him, and you can follow him. Do you know what I mean? You just click on him, and the camera follows him around. And I just watched him clean up my prison for like 10 minutes. I just watched him clean it. I was like, yeah, clean it. It's filthy. Go on, clean it.
That's funny.
It's fucking great.
Yeah. Have you actually got a prison with a gas chamber or an electric chair or any of that?
So the last level of the story, which is one I'm on, so I haven't finished the story yet, but the last level is back to the first prison. With the execution chamber, but it's been years later. Gordon Freeman is the main character of Half-Life. It was a Half-Life reference, but yeah, it's back to the first prison, but the prison's run down. It's fucked. So they bulldoze the whole prison except for the electric chair, and the new mayor says, if you want to keep the electric chair, if you want to keep execution going, it's up to you. I don't think that's how laws work, but whatever. But he says, like, I think it's up to you if you want to keep it or not. So you get to decide whether to carry on executing people. But yeah, you have to start like redesign this prison. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of splitting into four pieces, because if you try and bundle everybody in the same canteen, in the same block of cell, if you just build one big building, the prison doesn't work because there's too many people, there's too many bodies in one place. So you've got to like spread it thin. You've got to create hallways and space and things like that. And
you've also got to do, like, even like you were saying earlier, all the routines for the prisoners. What time the lights come on, what time they go off.
That's right. Yeah, they've added like a good labour service now, so you can give prisoners jobs and reform programs and stuff. So it's all about like, if you treat them like some of them are alcoholics. Because if you search their prison cells and you take their alcohol away, they become They're going cold turkey, so you got to put them on an Alcoholics Anonymous sort of program, drug rehab program. There's labour programs, there's kitchen classes, and you can make them work in your kitchen. You can make them make license plates and earn money back from them. You can basically build them up to have job skills, so when they leave, they leave quicker and they leave with skills, so they're happier. And your prison gets like a rep of, like, oh yeah, you're converting prisoners and all that stuff. Or you can just make the worst prison with the worst conditions, not give a fuck, but you have to deal with the riots because eventually they'll riot.
Yeah, it's deep. It's a deep game.
It's fucking brilliant.
So, beyond even just the constructing the prison, because like a lot of people just like making stuff. They only like put a, like cities, like those city games, like the Sim City and those sorts of games where you have to build a city. But they're similar, but I think there's a little bit more of a human level to this, isn't there, somehow?
Oh, it's brilliant. It's just, I don't know, it's just the personality of like all the prisoners comes out. You care about your prison, and I don't know, it's just a great one. Pete's gone.
It's just a cool little game. Is Pete gone? Is that it? Is he had enough?
He's had a power cut.
Really? What are the chances of that? It's all right. We can carry on. We'll soldier on through. Wow, power cut. Who knew?
Who gets power cuts these days?
No one. I didn't think anybody got a power cut these days. That is a bit weird. Look, we didn't even notice. I mean, because obviously you've been talking, and we, just thought he was being a bit quiet while you were chattering. So who knew? Right, back over to me. Well, luckily, there's nothing else to talk about, but I have. I've played 2 other games. One's called Distraint. Distraint, which is a pixel horror game on the Android as well. And this one was incidentally free as well.
What the fuck is
this
it?
Was
Distraint, right? Yeah.
Distraint. This was a freebie, which again was reduced from whatever price it was supposed to be. There is a free version, so you can play this game for free already. But there's adverts and all that bollocks, you know what I mean? So you've got shit to look at while you're playing the game.
Okay.
But this is obviously the paid version, so I don't have all of that bollocks. And it's pretty good. It's an interesting premise, so it's a very much a story-driven horror game. But the story is you're like some bailiff, and you have to go and evict this woman from her flat. So you have to go into her and tell her that she needs to get out and what have you, and that you're evicting her and she's got to be out within the week. And then all this weird shit happens. And it's kind of like a morality story, about what you've got to do to earn money versus how low you're prepared to go to do it.
So what do you have to do? You have to knock people's doors?
Yeah, so the game begins with you just walking down the corridor, knocking on these doors to try and figure out where the little old lady's living. So you're like, I know it's one of these doors, but none of them have got numbers on. So you're like, I know it's one of these doors, but which one does she live behind? So you go and knock on the door, and then she'll come and go. She eventually owns up that it's her. And
you're collecting rent? Is that what you're doing?
No. Well, I guess that's what you maybe have done in the past, but at this point you're evicting her because she hasn't paid her rent.
Oh, right, okay.
So you're the bailiff, so you're coming to sort of kick her out of her house.
Right.
So you're like, get out. You haven't paid. Fuck off
a
out
nursing home as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So you have to do all this bad shit, right? But then it all goes all twisted, and then you're like walking through the scene, and what appears to be the old woman sat there with half a head missing, and like looks like she's blown her head off with a shotgun.
Nice.
So it's pretty graphic, you know what I mean? This thing's like, woo. And it's just weird. It's very dark. Like, there's a lot of dark humor and a lot of quirkiness. It's a bit like where you walk a bit further in, and then there's this like weird, these 3 blokes playing instruments like a band, and they're all like saying like, if you want to get to the next level and be a partner in the company, you need to go and evict somebody else in number 22 and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Finish this?
Probably, from what I can gather, having a look at like gameplays on like full gameplays on YouTube, it's only about 2 or 3 hours long, so it's not a terribly long game.
Okay.
And I like these kinds of games. I do like these kinds of weird, dark, twisted,
fucked up
horror games. Yeah, fucked up horror games. So yeah, I can't see any reason why I wouldn't. So yeah, so that's Distraint for anyone who's interested. It's got very good reviews on Android and on iPhone, so it is a well-reviewed game. And then the last game I'm going to talk about, which I barely played because it crashed my PC, which isn't always a good thing, is a demo of a Tomb Raider: The Dagger of Zion, which I am not sure what this was originally. You know, was this originally a game? I don't know.
This is Tomb Raider 2.
Is that what that was called? The Legend of Zion? Was that the?
I don't know if it's called The Legend of Zion, Tomb Raider 2, but this is a remake of Tomb Raider 2.
So that's what this is, and they've done a pretty good job if it would run on my PC. It's in Unreal Engine 4. It does look pretty slick. You know, you can still tell it's an old game that's been updated, you know, just from the character animations and obviously the character and how she looks. But it was all right, actually. The water looked nice. You know, I was swimming under and I was climbing up the rock face and doing all the stuff that I needed to do. And then it just crashed. And it crashed my computer. And I had to do a Control-Alt-Delete. And I had to go into the freaking settings and obviously end the process and all that kind of stuff to get my computer working again. And I was like, nah, I'll not bother. So I didn't try and run it again. I did give you an advice to maybe give this a go.
I didn't like the fact that it crashed your PC, so I was like, nah.
Yeah, you were a bit dubious.
And I've got all the Tomb Raider games, and I want to play them again. So,
right,
the original ones.
Yeah, I mean, from what I can gather, it's about 30 minutes long, the demo, so it's not like the full game or anything. It's literally about the first 30 minutes of the game. But it does look nice. It's nice to see these games updated. Yeah. And they did, if you remember, and this is like going back quite a while, Crystal Dynamics did redo the first two games, didn't they?
No, just the first one.
Was it only the first one? I thought they'd done both.
Tomb Raider Anniversary, yeah.
Yeah, and I played, and that's pretty good. If you've never played, the only thing I would sort of say, there's I can't remember what the level's called now, but there's a level where you have to climb up and down a column. There's like Thor's hammer at the bottom.
That's in Tomb Raider 1, I think. It
is in Tomb Raider 1. That's what's in the Anniversary Edition. Yeah. But they made the remake of that particular level was just made so easy.
Yeah.
Do you know, it was nothing like the original one. Was really, really complex, and you had to keep going up and down and do different things on it, didn't you, to get through it?
Yeah.
So they almost over simple. So yeah, but it's definitely, if you've never played, you know, the Anniversary Edition, it's definitely worth a look, because obviously it looks a hell of a lot better, and they've made it much, much easier to control and play. And that was a nice thing in this game, you know, where you used to have to hold the trigger in to hang onto a ledge and all that sort of stuff.
I kind of like that, though.
I know, but it was balls hard, weren't it?
Yeah,
it was made to sort of make you die a lot. But in this game, they've implemented sort of more of the modern control. So when you jump on somebody, it automatically hangs. If you jump to something, she automatically, you know, there's obviously some jump boxes where she'll sort of attach herself to the cliff if you just, you know, so far away from it. Yeah. So there has been definitely updates been made to the controls, obviously the graphics and the way it looks, but it's worth a look. You know, if you're wanted a little sort of bit of the anniversary and, you know, how Tomb Raider games used to be before Crystal Dynamics started making the new versions of it, then this isn't, you know, worth a look. And it's called the Dagger of Zion. So that's what they've done this. Well, it does have Square Enix's logo at the beginning and all that stuff, but I'm not too sure whether they've got the full permission to make this game.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, don't know. Not really sure.
But I'm gonna say no.
They have referenced like I said, they have referenced Square Enix and stuff, and that's all the logos. I know.
No.
I know you're saying no. You're saying no. And that's it. That's all I've played this week. So that's it.
All right. Well, yeah.
Alrighty-o.
Should we skip news and fucking go to emails or something?
We can do, because we're an hour 30 in, and there isn't a whole lot of news. Let me just have a look if there's anything worth mentioning. I don't think there is. The only thing, actually, we should just quickly mention that No Man's Sky's next update releases this week, which the multiplayer that we promised right at the beginning of the game. So it should completely non-video game related, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer is being rebooted.
Oh my god, bye. Right, what's the emails?
Yeah. So anyway, let's do some emails. Are you ready?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I feel like I need a jingle, but there is no jingle anymore.
Okay, I'll do one for you.
Do me a jingle. Do me a jingle.
It's time for emails to the email, electronic mail. It's time for the emails. Yeah.
Is that it? You done?
That's the best I got tonight.
Right, okay then. Right, let's do this. Yeah. Anyway, first email today. Shut up. First email is from Strutmeister. Meister. Anyway, he says this.
Grove.
What up, gents?
Hey.
It's just us two, so that's it. There's nothing else. Still loving the podcast. I cannot believe the 3-star review last week. Congratulations and well done on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah.
You know, happens. Anyway.
No, you're saying that was pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is pretty good, yeah.
It's pretty good.
It's
just Duke. It's Duke annoying the person. That's all it is. Can't do out about that. That's what happens. Anyway, as a middle-aged gamer... No, it's not me. Well, look, he referenced Duke in the freaking review. How can it be me?
It's definitely not you.
It's not me. It's definitely not me. As a middle-aged gamer, golfer, there are two things I'm looking forward to later this year.
It's golf story.
Middle age isn't that exciting. Anyway, A, the Ryder Cup, and B, Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure which I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest.
Oh my god, I could never watch golf on TV.
Okay, let me put this into context for you, Chinny.
Go on.
Like, if you were looking forward to the snooker World Championships versus Red Dead 2, which would take the biscuit?
Ask me the last time I watched the snooker World Championship final.
You like snooker though, don't you?
I don't watch it because it's fucking boring.
You've watched snooker in the past.
I don't watch it.
Better to play.
Thank you.
Hey, Peter's back.
It is boring.
Right. What happened,
Yeah.
Pete? What happened?
There was a fuse that went on the fuse board, and my mum went to the fuse board, and she ended up pressing the breaker that clears off like the whole of the sockets and everything else in the house. So instead of just coming to get me and having a look at it, she just turned off all the house. Mums.
Yeah, that shit happens. I thought it was because of like you just wired yourself into the national grid, to bypass your meter.
I wouldn't do anything like that.
Yeah, just wouldn't. Anyway, so on the basis that Red Dead 2 is set in the Wild West and the Ryder Cup in UK and is Europe versus USA. Sorry, Ryder Cup is UK and Europe versus USA. I wonder whether you folks would appreciate a quiz which had a Europe versus American theme.
Ooh. Yeah.
I could include some questions about both Red Dead Redemption 2 and the game of golf, as well as societal-based questions. It's an interesting word. I would suggest Stu as the quizmaster with Duke and Chinner as the combatants. So what do you reckon? Shall we get him to do this for us?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely do it, man. Strutmeister, get your shit together and we'll do this. Let me know your thoughts before I start working up some questions. I don't want to step on Finlay's toes or anything that you might have planned. Still enjoy the podcast and thanks for all the time you commit to it and entertaining others. Strutmeister. P.S. I have Twitch Prime membership and want to do a gift subscription to you guys, but couldn't work out how to do it. Any ideas?
We don't take gifts or donations. It's part of our values.
Yeah.
We don't. I'll tell you what, Strutmeister, if you do want to donate any money, donate to the VG Hub Extra Life this year. That would be better.
Do that.
We don't want any money for what we do for this. We've all got jobs. We're all fine in our lives. We do this because we love doing it, and it provides a little bit of entertainment for people that are doing a commute and stuff like that. And we get to do a meetup every year or twice a year and meet some cool people. That's why we do it. So if you want, if you do want to,
and EGX, of course.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was one of the meetups. So like, if you do want to part with money, Extra Life this year, doesn't have to be me. I do it, and my brother is doing it with me this year. But yeah, we've got a whole VG Hub crew. So I don't know. I don't mind who you donate to, just not to Greg because he always gets the most.
Not last year.
No, last year I won last year, but I got lucky.
True.
I got lucky though. So I got 5 Nights at Freddy's bloke donated me.
Yeah, donated a massive chunk to you for
some
very weird reason that we've no idea why, have we?
Yes. Oh no, I know why the amount is 1,337.
No, we know it's leaked, but we don't know why he donated.
No, I don't know. He never got back. I think he just picked somebody random, and I got lucky. That was it. So I won't get to $2,000 again. That's ridiculous. But yeah, do that, Strutmeister. That would be really, really helpful.
Yeah, that would be better. But thank you for the very kind offer.
That's very nice, and I get it. Like I listen to a podcast, and they have a yearly subscription, and you don't have to pay for it. But I listen to it all the time, so I pay for it. Not because nothing would be different if I didn't give them that money.
Like you wouldn't get the adverts and stuff normally.
No. Like you still get adverts on their show and all that sort of stuff. But I just like them. It's only like 40 quid a year or whatever it is, and it's their living as well. So, because this isn't our living, Strutmeister. This isn't what we do.
No, it isn't.
If it was, maybe it would be a bit different. But yes, please give us as much money as you. But we don't.
Give us the money and listen to Audible.com.
Yeah,
and buy this get one of those.
Buy this mattress.
Fancy fat mattresses. Yeah. They seem to be the common ones only.
But
we do all that shit.
We don't do this for money. So Extra Life.
No, and there is a reason for that. We should mention the reason we don't do it for money is because we want to remain completely impartial. We don't give no shit. We don't get free games off anyone. We don't give a shit.
We have got free games before, but we always do it with the notion of I will say what I want. But a lot of people don't send us free games because we say that.
Yeah, because we don't. We're very honest.
Or like somebody will give us a free game. And then I say terrible things about it, and they never give me another free game again. That's happened probably there's probably more than like 10 or 15 times that's happened. Where we can't. We'll have to part ways or something like that. So November 3rd is Extra Life this year. I'm still not, because it's always around your birthday, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, my birthday's the 1st of November. Yeah, so
I don't know. Like we might have to do it the week after again.
No. Well, no, it's planned. Second, is it the 3rd of November? Actually,
3rd of November. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do it on that day.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was thinking about making it bit more of a production this year, Pete. I was thinking about doing it down in the living room, getting a couple of cameras set up, I was like going a bit sort of mad on it.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to do a little thing before it. I think I'm going to try and do a 10,000 meter swim, if not 5,000. But I'm going to try and for the 10.
Wow! Double up the donations.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and do a little thing or two beforehand, just to try and bump up my cash because I've never done it before. So I'm going to try.
You'll probably get more than me.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
You can rope everyone in at work with a sponsored swim as well, can't you?
Yeah. I just got to train. That's the only. I could do 5,000 pretty easy, but 10,000's it's a tough thing.
Yeah, it's a long way. It's a long way.
Pete is a fish. Pete is a fish, Stu.
I can believe it.
A beast in the swimming pool.
He sounds like he's a beast.
Like when we had swimming lessons when we were kids, right? Mum and Dad chucked Pete in the pool, and he was like, "Oh my god, he's fantastic. Maybe our other son will be great at swimming." They put me in, and I was just a panicky mess. And they was like, "Well, maybe he's good at other things."
He's adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't got the ginger hair, so there is something going on there.
Yeah, he's the only one of the brothers that ain't. Yeah.
Something going on. Anyway, we have got other emails, so we should do that. The next email this week is off Derek's hands.
Derek's hands.
He's a great bloke.
He is a good bloke.
He says this. A sleeping dog's days of summer. Hello, veteran gamers and guest host, insert name here, which is Pete. Sitting in for you. Just a few miscellaneous bits and pieces this week. It seems the hot weather has been here for at least since the meetup at the arcade club in Bury back in April. Well, it was
a really hot day, wasn't it? That day?
It was a hot day. I mean, in that some weeks I find it hard just to muster up the energy to play any video games.
Yeah, I agree.
I must admit, I found it difficult to play.
It is hard to play in the summer
because you just want to be outside it, especially when it's sunny.
And when you do sit down and play games, you're just fucking sweating. Look, we've been sat here for like 2 hours doing this podcast, and I don't want to put my fan on in the room because it's loud, and I'm fucking like my legs are just fucking like they're getting a bit sweaty and like. Oh, my back's sweaty on the chair, and it's just like, you don't want to fucking sit in this shit.
Mind you, today's been officially the hottest day of the year so far. It was 33.3 degrees in Suffolk or somewhere today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hottest day of the year. Anyway, he says this. Number one. Do you know if the Game Punchers podcast has stopped for good? As it's been 7 months since the last show, I'll be reluctant to remove from my podcast list, but it seems the Game Punchers crew may have called it a day.
As far as I know, no, but I know that Fraser has kind of packed in podcasting.
So is he not even doing the OC connection or anything now?
No, he's completely jacked it all in.
Well, it's unlikely then, isn't it?
Yeah, because I think Fraser was more of a catalyst for the Game Punchers podcast than Steve was. But I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I might be completely wrong, but I know that I've spoke to Fraser and he said like he's not podcasting on the head because it was like a work-life balance thing, and he was playing a lot of PUBG and he was doing the podcast and he looked at all the things. Let's be honest here.
Whoa. It was a PUBG life balance. That's what it was.
Well, like yeah, in a way, like he looked at all the things that he was doing and he wanted to jack one in because he didn't have the time. So he said, well, I don't want to not play PUBG, so he's going to. That's my understanding. I might be getting it wrong, but I think that's what he said to me. So he knocked.
Yeah, it's probably right. It does sound like it's probably the reason.
And I miss Fraser because I don't play PUBG with the PC crew anymore because they play so late at night, and when on a weekend lately because it's been so nice weather-wise, like I just haven't been in. So like yeah, I haven't played with the PC. Like I'm still in their WhatsApp group. They still let me in the WhatsApp group. But
are you allowed?
Yeah, I just
don't play.
Don't play.
Number 2, Stu. I seem to remember you like the game Forgotten Anne, which is on sale on the Xbox Store, so please give me a few reasons to buy it. Well, 1, it's gorgeous. Number 2, it looks like an anime film, even though it isn't. Number 3, it has a really excellent story, and it's kind of quite dark as well. It's a lot darker than you would like even begin to imagine. And number 4, the controls are pretty tight, and I like the puzzles and how that all works in the game. So yeah, it's a very good game that I am going to go back to playing. So yeah, that I need to finish.
How much is it up for?
It wasn't very expensive. I've no idea how much it's for on the Xbox Store at the moment, but it's a great little game. So it's on sale apparently. So I've no idea how much for though. We could maybe find that out. He didn't say. Number 3, speaking of sales, there are quite a few bargains, £10 or under on the Xbox One and PS4 digital stores at the moment, but I can't help notice that there are older games which are priced too high, in my opinion, so at full price, which is, for example, on the PS4, Super Meat Boy is $12.99, which is kind of a lot of money, isn't it, when you think how many times that's been in a sale for about £2 or whatever.
Yeah, I think I had it for free in the end.
Yeah, so that's always been very cheap. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is £15. And that, again, is another game that's been on sale a lot.
That's a fucking game, though, that is.
It's a freaking amazing game, yeah. I was just going to say the same thing. It is a brilliant game.
Mm-hmm.
But wait till a sale, because it seems too old now to pay that kind of cash for something that old. Journey, Special Edition, $19.99. Now, that's a fucking game right there, that is. Fucking amazing. Ignore Chinny. It's an amazing game. It's freaking amazing. But again, that's been on sale quite a few times, so I would wait for that. And Zombie Army Trilogy for a whopping $44.99. That's a piss take, that is.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. My answer to this is get a PC. To be honest.
Get a PC.
It's like I know it's a bad answer because you're like, no, I like my console. I like my consoles, but like since I've had a PC, like the value of games has just gone down, and I haven't really played that much on the PC. I have so many games at my disposal, I just can't keep up with them. Like on Steam, on the X, or do the other thing on the on my PS4 and my Xbox. I do game sharing, so share your console with somebody that you trust, you have to trust them.
Just to put it into context, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons on Steam is currently £2.19.
Yeah, but like if you game share though, like you'll because I'm sure Brothers was free 1 month, and whoever's downloaded that, you'll get it. And I've got fucking 100 games on the Xbox. I've got 400 or something on the Steam, thanks to Stu. And within an hour, I had them on the PS4. I set it up. I console share with my mate, and I had 50 games on there. And I was like, well, I've only bought one game, and I haven't even played that. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. But Brothers, if you've never played it, is an amazing, amazing game.
So I think my advice to actually give Derek advice, not just jack off about the games that he's been talking about, is find someone you trust who buys games, maybe someone who's like really like spontaneous with their purchases.
Yeah, and flush has a lot of money.
Yeah. Someone like Stu, for example.
Someone like me who buys a lot of games.
PS4.
Yeah.
Do you download a lot of games, Stu?
I've got quite a few installed at the moment. I have 408 games in my library now.
Because you'll have all the free ones every month, won't you? Probably.
What free ones from where?
PS Plus.
No, I don't. I've not done PS Plus for about 2 years. So I haven't done PS Plus for ages because I was just like,
you need to find someone who's not sensible with their money.
PC, I buy a lot of games, but
you fucking do.
Yeah, I fucking do. But PS4 not so much. Not so much.
Have you ever played any of my games that I own? Because I think I own about 40 games.
No, because it cut them off again. So I need it, for some reason, the family sharing on Steam, every now and again, it boots you off, doesn't it?
Yeah, mine still works, I think.
Yeah, it's just booted me off yours. But to be fair, there wasn't that much on there, so I wasn't that bothered, really. So, and that's a nice... I'm just being kind of trying to be nice about it, but like your games list is a bit shit. Anyway.
It is.
Anyway, yes. All 4 games at one time, either being free or very cheap. So do you see any logic for pushing older digital games back up in price, or do you think it's just truly random? Yeah, it's a bit weird because who is buying those games at that price?
Yeah, if they dropped them all, they would sell quite a lot, I think. But they've got to make an event of it. Do you know what I mean? They can't drop them all sneaky. They've got to like do a thing like, hey, big big drop on 2D platformers, and then drop all the decent ones, and then you get them moving.
Yeah, it's interesting actually because that's what a lot of shops and stores do. When they put stuff on sale and they go, 50% off. And what they do is, and this is kind of interesting, with the UK laws on trading and selling shit, you have to have it at that whatever price they're stating. You have to have had it at that price for, I think it's at least either 2 or 3 weeks. So what they do is they put it on sale at that price for 3 weeks. And then they can say it was initially that price when it's never, ever been that price ever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how they get around it. So when they say these 50% off sales, it's not really ever 50% off because it was never really that price. It was just that price for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very sneaky. Sneakier retailers. That's what they do to make the cash. They make you think you're getting a bargain when in reality you're not getting a bargain at all. So there you go. Yes, we have got one more email tonight. And it is from Jason. And he says this. Stranding Twin Peaks death. Great news, veterans. I wondered who the hell he was meaning, and then it dawned on me. Because he spelled this Koe, Koe, G-E-E-M-U-H. I'm like, what the fuck? Kojima? Who the fuck's that? What's he talking about? He's doing a funny spelling of Kojima. So that's what that's all about. Anyway, so this says this. Great news, veterans. Kojima is watching Twin Peaks: The Return. He just finished viewing episode 8. I am certain the influence will carry over into Death Stranding. Like, that needs to be any weirder. I mean, fuck me. Like, he needs any influence to make a weird game. Driving it towards its destiny of becoming the greatest video game of all time. Stroke rucksack carrying simulator. Don't know. Suck it, hazers. It's okay. I'll take the weird. You can take the shit and we'll all be happy. Keep on wanking, Jason.
There you go.
There you go.
There's an email from Lewis.
Yes, he doesn't want us to read that.
No, there's another one.
Yeah. No, there's not been unless there's one just come. Has one just come?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't want us to read the first one. He wanted to redraft. Just bear with me one
second.
second.
He has redrafted.
All right, just a minute. I need to get back to my inbox. Just stay calm.
9 minutes to 9.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh my god, it's so slow. All right, I'm just gonna read it because you're just taking forever.
What is this?
I'm reading it to you. Bore off.
Okay.
This is from Lewis. Hey, veterans. I hope you're well. Hope you're all well. Sorry, no email last week, but I was in Barbados, so I was a bit busy.
Wow. Yeah, busy. Get him with his foreign fancy holidays.
Firstly, I'd like to apologise to Ginger Balls again for the mistake in an email a few weeks ago. Listening back to an older podcast in which he appeared, he hadn't heard my first apology, so sorry, it was a grammar mistake. I haven't played many games this week, only GTA Liberty City Stories on my phone for the playing.
Really. Good games.
But it's a good game. Just not much to say. Big question time, so here it goes. What is your favourite game that was turned into a book or film? Or book or film into a game?
The only game that I've watched that was turned into a film that I thought was sort of alright was the first Resident Evil film. I've not really watched any video games to films that have been half decent or any good.
I thought the first Hitman film was okay.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
I didn't blow my shit when I watched. You know what I mean? I didn't go, oh my god, it's the best. I thought this is fine. This is just a fucking movie where people just like cut each other with knives. I don't know.
You see, I thought the Max Payne film was going to be good, and that was a bag of shit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember there even being a Max Payne film?
Yeah, Marky Mark was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was.
I thought you just said Tomb Raider, Mike.
No, I didn't really like the Tomb Raider. The Tomb Raider ones, no.
Yeah, they've never been that good.
No, I haven't watched the new one though, but I've heard that's not very good either. But
I don't think. Mind you, actually, that's not true, is it? No. Actually, I've got a book that's been turned into a video game that was amazing.
That was Metro, wasn't it?
Well, two actually. That makes two games, which is Metro and The Witcher, obviously. Yeah, The Witcher. And obviously, we did talk about this quite a long time ago, but the guy who wrote The Witcher sold the rights to it to CG Projekt Red for next to nothing. Yeah. He said, well, it wasn't next to nothing. It was a substantial amount of money, but nothing compared to what he'd have got if he still had the rights to the story. Yeah, and he made it very clear he wasn't happy about his decision, but it was his decision.
Well,
so what are you gonna?
He made it. I don't know what he wants to say.
Yeah.
Sorry. They did, and they offered him the choice. He says you can either have the profits.
Yeah,
or
he did. He said you can either cut the profits or you can have like this lump sum right up front now.
Cyberpunk is based on a board game, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Cyberpunk. The board game is named Cyberpunk 2020, which is ironic because that's probably the year that the game will come out, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But
possibly accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, my favourite film/book that got turned into a game, to do the other way around. Obviously, GoldenEye is a big one, but one of my favourite movie games is there's a Wolverine game from the movie, the Wolverine Origins movie, which is a really, really bad movie. It's one of the very rare cases where the game is better than the movie. But what happened was, which is really interesting, is usually when they make a game for a movie, they get given 6 months or 9 months, and they get rough kind of ideas, and they get shown a few bits of scenes, and they have to tie it all together, and it's a mess. So what they did is they went on this schedule of 6 month turnaround. Let's make a Wolverine game, and they the movie got delayed by a year. So. And they didn't know until they thought they was going to release it. So they had roughly like a crappy game, and then they had an extra year on it. So they all went, okay, let's double in, and they made the game brilliant. And they even got allowed, which wasn't the case back then. They were allowed a mature rating, even though the movie was like a teen movie. The movie didn't have any blood in it, but the game is violent as fuck, right? So they just made it awesome. And yeah, the game's great. Wolverine Origins. The game's phenomenal.
Actually, I have thought, it's just come to me now, but I have thought about a book that I read that was from from a video game that was pretty good. Which was a book called Dead Space Martyr, which was obviously based in the Dead Space universe. And I read it when we went to New York for Kay's 40th birthday. So that's like 8 years ago.
I think we got given that book. I think they posted that book to us, didn't they?
Did they post it to me? Yeah. I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think you
might be right.
There's a fad where this company was sending us like game-related books for some reason. I was like, I'm not going to read any.
You're right,
of these.
they did, and I read it.
I told them to send one to Duke and send one to you, because I wasn't going to read them.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten that. That's how we got it. But yeah, I read that on holiday, and it was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
it's pretty good. So if you ever want to read, if you played Dead Space and you like the game, Dead Space Martyr is actually a pretty good book. There you go. So yeah, that just came to me.
What about you, Pete? Have you played any books, games, films, games?
Street Fighter. That's my favorite game that turned into a film.
Yeah, but did you like the film?
Yeah, because Kylie Minogue was in it.
Yeah, true.
It was
Everybody was going wild for that when we was kids. They were like, "Oh my God, Kylie Minogue's gonna be in it. She's gonna be Cammy, and she's gonna be all sexy and glamorous in it." And it turned out being shit. But yeah,
Mortal Kombat films are pretty good.
Yeah, it had Jean-Claude Van Damme in, didn't it, as well? Street Fighter.
Yeah, Street Fighter did. Yeah.
The first Mortal Kombat game, the film, is stupid funny. It's like a bad film, but it's good.
Do you remember when they did Doom with The Rock?
Yeah,
was it The Rock who was in Doom?
First person,
and it was done in first person shooter.
Not the whole movie, but there's a 10-minute section.
A lot of it was though, wasn't it?
No,
to
it was
make it
10
look
minutes. It was 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
terrible.
But Resident Evil, like Stu says, was great. I thought
it was all right. I liked the first one. I wasn't too keen on the others that they made, but the first one.
No, the first one. Yeah, the first one was brilliant.
But as we know, Uwe Boll is the master of crap films made from video games. He's done loads of stuff.
He did Far Cry. What's he done? Yeah.
What's that? The one with the dark in it. What's that called?
The Darkness?
No, not The Darkness, is it? It's the one where the actual game was pretty shit as well. They did a remake of the game and it was pretty terrible.
Alone in the Dark.
That's Alone in the Dark, that was it.
Yeah. Even Mario was a film, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. That had opinion, didn't he? From the 80s. God, what was he called? The actor who played him?
Bob
Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins, yeah.
Yeah. It was Bob Hoskins. It was terrible.
Yeah, Uwe Boll has done the last kind of film game he's done was he hasn't done any film games for a while. He makes a lot of films. These are producer credits. Hold on, let's have a look at his director credits. Rampage President Down.
Yeah.
Which was a video game. What are the ones? Blood Rain is a video game. Rampage.
Double Dragon. Didn't Double Dragon go into a film?
Double Dragon was a film. Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Rampage, Far Cry, Blood Rain. He made 2 Blood Rains. Postal is a.
That's right. He did Postal as well.
House of the Dead, Alone in the Dark. Yeah. So he's made some.
They're all pretty shit. Well, I don't know whether you're aware of this, Pete, but Duke's "Go Fuck Yourself" soundbite.
Yeah.
That's Uwe Boll because he did a Kickstarter and nobody funded him, and he did this online message, didn't he, and told everyone to go fuck themselves.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's where that particular soundbite comes from. That is Uwe Boll.
Oh, Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
That was an okay film. That was an okay film. That was all right.
You see, the problem is, and we have talked about this before, but the problem is with making games into films is that normally game stories are a little bit shit.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem, really. They're not really made to be films versus and what have you, because they're just not. No. The stories just aren't good enough. They're just not good enough stories. They're just a very vague outline most of the time, especially older games. It's just a premise, isn't it? It's not got any flesh to it or anything to fill it out. But yeah, that's it. That's the last email this week, I believe. Is that it? Have we done everyone? Did we do the other one? Yeah, we have. We've done everyone, haven't we?
We are done.
So that's it. Thank you, everybody who emailed in this week. That's always good. And we have got, before we do shout-outs, believe it or not, we've got 2, not 1, but 2 new iTunes reviews this week. I know.
Let's see if I can do the iTunes jingle live.
Yeah, you could do that live. Go for it.
Okay. Yo. You want some iTunes reviews? We got some.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. I like it.
It's like a 7.
I think it's at least a 7.
At least a 7 out of 10.
The first one is from, and this is the funniest username I've ever seen on the old iTunes. Is from, oh no, it's not. Sorry, I'm looking at what he's entitled it, and that makes no sense. I'm sure it will if I read it out. Okay. Anyway, it's from Jafulade.
Oh wow.
Jafulade.
I know this is straight away.
Do you?
Yeah.
Jafulade, and he's entitled it. I'm going to try and read this so that I get it right. I rate 8/9. I don't know. There must be something in that if I read it properly. I'm not sure. It's IR8 8/8 M9. Does that mean
play the fucking thing?
Anyway, he just says, new number, who this? And he gave us 5 stars. No idea what any of that means.
New number, who this is like a meme.
Okay.
It's like a funny thing on the internet. That's what a meme is.
I know what a meme is. You don't need to explain.
So like, my mom texted me the other day. Oh, really? What did she say? New number, who this? That kind of. It's like a.
Oh, I get you now.
It's like a joke.
Yeah, I get the joke now. New number, who this? Yeah. New number, who this?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And the second review this evening is from John Mouse. John Mouse is giving us a review. Bless him. He says, I like the beats and shouting. 5 stars. Really great show, lads. I like the beats and shouting. Thanks, John Mouse. There you go. No messing.
Thank you, John.
Straight to the point. And another 5 stars. So thank you very much for that. I think it's kind of funny when we do get a negative review on iTunes. People seem to just react by giving us positive ones. So it's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for those.
Yeah.
Very kind of you, everybody.
On the chat, I don't know what Mark Alex said. He said Zat is in Game Pass. What the fuck is Zat?
Zat. Is it initials for something? Zat.
Zelda arrives
tomorrow.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Tonight. Oh, could be tonight. Yeah, it could be even sooner.
David Pearson says GoldenEye is the best movie tie-in ever. And Mark Alex just says Bob Hoskins.
Yeah, that was because obviously of the delay in the stream, I'd already said it.
I was just going to pretend that he said it randomly.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
I obviously know why he said it. I'm not a fucking Mario. Goldfish, Stu.
Shut up. Zombie Army Trilogy is what he's saying. Doofus.
Oh, right.
God, we're such idiots.
Zat.
Idiots, innit? Yeah. Because we didn't know exactly
do that
what that
I was playing Zat the other day.
I just thought he was doing it in a German accent. Zat is in Game Pass.
Yeah, that's what he was doing, yeah.
What he was doing.
And that is you laugh at your jokes, Stu. That's all that
I know. Well, somebody fucking has to, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's do some shout-outs and get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So over to you, Pete. Synergy, yes, you go first.
I'm going to shout out my mom for turning off the electric. I'm going to shout out my boss because I'm supposed to have gone into work tonight and I forgot, so he's covered my shift.
You forgot to go into work?
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And your boss went, don't worry about it. I'll cover your shift, man. Don't worry. Yeah. He's a good boss. He is. Most bosses go, fucking here out. Here's your P45 now. Fuck off.
Well, I've got a meeting with him tomorrow to discuss why I didn't turn in, but I can get over that. I just made a mistake. It happens. I'm going to shout out you guys for letting me on. I hope I've made myself worthy to be on sometime again in the future. And I'll shout out Shell for being great company on our holiday in Bulgaria. And that's me.
There you go. Well, good luck tomorrow with your interview. I hope he doesn't fire you.
No, he won't find me. I'm too fucking good.
Yeah, apart from the fact you forget to go to work.
Yeah, it's only once.
He's good when he's there.
That's only once that you can remember.
No,
yeah. It's probably other times when he just didn't realise he'd not been in.
Like, oh, fucking Pete's
he just went, fucking Pete, used to that shit.
It's the quality I provide.
Yeah. When he's done it 6 times, I'll have a chat with him about it.
Yeah, but I got 3 days in time off in lieu anyway, so they owe me the time anyway.
Yeah, but you meant to request those.
It doesn't matter. They're Quakers. They're open to seeing all good in everybody. So I'll be great.
So they're just happy, clappy religious folk who'll be fine with everything.
If I walked into the building and just pissed all over the walls, what would they say?
Yeah, what would they be fine with that?
They'd probably take you in. And give you some.
At least he's urinating, which relieves him.
Yeah. What if, like, Chinny, for instance, because obviously I can't because I live too far away, but what if Chinna went in with, like, some sort of birch branch and started hitting one of them with it? Would he be fine with that?
No, because they don't like violence.
Yeah. So if that was you, would you get fired for doing that then? You wouldn't get away with that one?
No, it's completely not, no. They don't like acts of violence, no, so there we go.
So at least you're safe that he's not going to hit you in the face tomorrow for not turning in.
He might do, because he could do it behind closed doors and say, just don't get telling anybody. So I don't know. Who knows? But no, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, Chenna, to other Chenna, have you got some shout outs to that? Guess that's a no.
There was somebody.
There was somebody.
There was. I was streaming and somebody said, "Oh, look, I got them back into gaming." I think it was Martin Chesworth, actually. Yeah, I'm sure it was Martin Chesworth. He said nice things about. I said, like, "Why the fuck are you watching me, you loser?" Right, or something like that. And he says,
"Like you do."
Like, I don't mind. You're the reason why I got back into gaming, which I'm not sure is a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah. And the other shout out I want to do, I don't even know if I ever spoke about this. There's this chap called Richard Birch, right?
Bob.
It's called Bob. And Richard listens to our show, and he listens to Midlife Gamer and all that stuff. And I met Rich for a completely different reason, right? I met him because he went to Peru and he asked Aston Villa to make a bit of a documentary out of what he filmed, and then they contacted me and I made that, and I made it for him, and I emailed him and I said, I made your film for you, mate, and and then years later he followed me on Twitch and I realised that, hold on, that's the same guy that I made. And he said, like, yeah, it's a complete coincidence. I've always found that weird. And he came into the chat when I was playing Prison Architect the other day. He doesn't really come into the live chat very often, but I know he listens. And he said, like, yeah, he still likes that film that I made for him. I haven't watched it for years, so it could be shit, but he says he likes it.
It probably is if you made it.
Well, it's probably brilliant. It just took me.
So, like, when Aston Villa contacted you and said, "Oh, there's this dude called Martin wants you to make this film for him."
Rich.
Oh, was that Rich? That's a different person, is it? Sorry, I thought it was the same person. Rich, and you went, yeah, no problem, send it over. And then, like, 4 years later, he finally got his finished movie. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. No, when it's paid. Actually, I don't think that was paid. What? I can't remember. But
well, then it really probably did take 4 years.
Yeah,
then.
when it's moolah, then it's all different. We did some paid work with Aston Villa. I can't remember if that was one of them. I don't know, but whatever. It was a long time ago. That was about 7-8 years ago. God knows.
Too long to remember.
That's about the longest share I've ever heard you do.
You were a wee boy back then, Chinny. A wee boy. Yeah.
The other realisation I've had is I am now Duke's age when we started the show.
Wow, that's funny. That is funny.
That makes me really scared, and I want to bring this up again when Duke's back on the show, when he's like come back, and I want to bring up the fact that, like, Duke is so much more smarter than I am.
That's right.
And when he was you know, 33, or because I'm going to be 33 in September. Like, why is he so much smarter? Why can't I be Duke smart?
Because he's a much smarter person than you. That's why.
Yeah, he is really.
That's fine.
And
then you can say when you were.
Shout out to Duke. We miss him.
Yeah, I hope he's having a good time in Las Vegas. Apparently, that's where he went, isn't he? He's going to be do some roulette and craps tables and all that sort of stuff. And apparently, he's going to go to some weird lap dancing clubs and crack on. Like, just basically do all the bad stuff in Vegas. That's what I've heard.
Well, I only saw the picture that he took with Donald Trump. Like,
I
only saw that.
Yeah. No, arms round
him, Donald Trump, and R.J. Simpson. Like, that was the only.
Yeah. Having a big group hug.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Hugging it out. They were hugging it out.
He's having a good time.
And Donald Trump at the time was shooting a revolver into the air, apparently.
Yeah.
Loving all that stuff.
Good stuff.
We're probably going to get killed now. You do realise this, don't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll do some shout-outs. I'm going to obviously shout out Pete for very kindly filling in the shoes of Duke. So, yeah, thank you very much for that. Thanks to Chinny for doing the recording, because for whatever reason, the updated Skype and now it doesn't play with my recorder anymore. And it's going, nah, I'm not going to record no shit no more. So, yeah, that's probably not a good thing. And that's about it. I don't think there's anyone else. And just obviously all the people who contribute to the show, sending us emails and speak pipes.
Trying to give us money, Strutmeister.
Give us money and trying to stick stuff on obviously on the iTunes reviews. Thank you very much for those. And yeah, all that stuff. So thanks to everyone who listens and puts up with all this bollocks every week. And obviously a shout out to the fact that it's a little bit quieter this week. I do love Duke and his soundboard, but it's sometimes nice to have a break, isn't it? It's nice to have a break. And that's it. Yeah. And that's the end of the show.
Bye, everyone.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Ta-da the beach.
Ta-da. Yeah, I feel the odd one out here because I haven't got Chinny as my surname. Which probably I am.
Our surname's Chin, not Chinny.
I know, but I always think it's Chinny for some weird reason. Mike Chinny. Now, that would be funny when you think about it, wouldn't it? Mike Chinny. Yeah. Feels a bit weird now, doesn't it? There's no outro music and nothing.
No, it's just silence.
I know, it's just weird. It's weird. By the way, I've started collating board games. I'm starting getting some. I know.
Nerd.
We're not talking like Monopoly here. We're talking like proper full on
Catan.
Like nerdy board games. Yeah, I've got Pandemic. Right. I bought Pandemic. And I got that for my birthday, right? And
if you continue talking about Pandemic, I'm likely to have one.
What, an outbreak in your local area?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to play this with Kay and Millie.
How did that go?
No good.
I could imagine, maybe Millie would get into it, but I'd imagine your wife would get pretty bored pretty quickly.
It's not the boredom. No, the boredom wasn't the issue.
It's the confusion.
It was the confusion. Yeah, trying to understand all the little things that you had to remember for like when you took your move and all the different little quirks that each character had and what special moves they had and when you could use those special moves and they're complex, aren't they? When you get these like games, they're very complex.
I've never really played a complex board game.
Yeah,
we go way over my head.
We used to play a lot of board games, didn't we, Pete? Like we used to, like me.
Yeah, but there was like
fucking Ludo and shit, wasn't it?
Well, I was gonna.
Me and Pete used to play
Hungry Hippo here.
No, me, Pete. Our mum and dad used to play a lot of board games when we was growing up.
We used to
little ones.
We used to play simple ones though, like Mousetrap and Ghost House and
Mousetrap. It took about fucking an hour to set that shit up.
No, you set it up as you go.
Kaplunk. Whoa.
Kaplunk. Yeah.
But I've listened to those guys on Midlife Gamers, and oh man, it just goes over my head when they start talking about games. I'm just like, I couldn't play it to that level.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna. But I have bought a couple of others. So I've also bought Risk Game of Thrones edition.
Yeah.
Which is skirmish mode, so you get to play as all the different houses in Game of Thrones. So that should be kind of cool. So I like that idea. So I used to play Risk at school. I was in the War Games club at school because I was a nerd, obviously.
Oh,
so I have played some of these games before. But
was it a club of one member, was it?
No. There
Now
used to be
then,
all the nerds.
The
All the
board
nerds
game
used to be there.
club
What are you talking about?
meeting is as
No, it was
commenced.
War Game. It was called War Games.
As everybody present, Stu, yes, and that's the end of the registration.
I was also in the Subutio club at school, so we used to play Subutio.
What a waste of time, Subutio.
What was really cool about the Subutio club, though, it was in the woodwork room, so we used to put all the, like the tables out on top of all the workbenches, so it was perfect. So he used to, and he obviously because he was a carpenter, he'd made all these really nice boards for the pitches to go on and stuff. So that was kind of cool.
Subutio was a scam. No one ever played Subutio.
I loved it. It's freaking smart. I had a friend who had loads of cash when he was a kid. Obviously, like his parents were rich, and he had like all the stadiums with the floodlights and all that bollocks. And we used to have to play in his bedroom with the curtains closed, so he could use the floodlights to light the pitch up. It was just fucking ridiculous. Ugh. But yeah, I did like Subutio. Whereas
us, Mike, we'd have to get ours from like a car boot sale.
Yeah, we play Footballio, like the knockoff version.
Yeah, Matchsticks.
And our dad would be like, "This is just as good as Subutio. What are you talking about?" We used to play Matchsticks, didn't we, Pete? Remember we dropped the Matchsticks and you had to move the You remember that stick game? Where
the lollipop
stick.
What,
like your version of pick up
loose ones out the way?
Yeah, but like it wasn't like some pack that we bought. My mum just collected lollipop sticks.
It's like, it was just like a homemade version of it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, what I was going to say is when I played Subutio at home, we used to just have to like roll it out on the carpet. And then it was all wrinkled and didn't work properly. But that's what you had to do. We didn't have a fucking big fuck-off wooden board to stick it on.
We used to just go outside with a football.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick it around in real life. But yeah, and I have bought one more game, which I think Kay and Millie actually might get into, which is called Betrayal at the House on the Hill, which is like a horror game, like a horror board game. And there's about 10 different scenarios that you get with the game. And then obviously there's expansion ones. But you basically build the house in tiles. So it's a little bit like Carcassonne. So each time you play the game, the house has got a completely different layout. And then halfway through the game, one of the players becomes either infected or possessed or whatever it is, and they have to try and pick the other players off. And you have to try and figure out who it is before the game ends.
There you go.
So it sounds pretty cool, actually. So it's co-op to begin with, and then obviously it's like versus when you get halfway, but only one player is the baddie.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the sounds of that. I think that's going to be quite a cool game to play. So there you go. And that's it, yeah. I don't know. I'll have to bring one down. We'll have to play a game or something at some point. When you come to EGX, not this year, obviously, because you fucking like decided to drive across America or whatever the shit you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the following year, I'll bring one to EGX with me and we can set it up and play it or do something stupid. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll have a go. We'll have a go. Yeah. And that's it. Anyway, I've got to go. It's nearly bedtime.
You've got to go. Fuck me. You need to put me to bed. All right.
I know. Fucking
okay.
Don't forget to send me the file and I'll fiddle it out. Or if you want to level 8 and publish, you're more than welcome to.
Off. Right.
Mind you, no, just send it me because I'll have to stick all the intro and outro and all that bollocks in, won't I?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Well, you can do it if you like. I don't mind, honestly. If you want to do it, I'm absolutely fine.
What a joke.
Yeah, actually, you might as well. What's the point? What's the point in sending it to me when you're going to download the file anyway?
Exactly. Cool.
Just
all right.
Just do it.
Are we done?
Try and do it on.
Oh my god! I know how to fucking edit the show. We've been doing it for 10 years. You fucking bellend.
Shut up.
Right.
Anyway,
cool.
Bedtime.
Jeez. Are we done?
Thank you, Pete.
It's all right.
Cheers, Pete.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you later. Ta-da.
Yeah. Oh, I'll see you on Sunday, Chinny.
Yeah. Cool.
So I'll see you Sunday afternoon between 2:30 and 3 o'clock sometime.
No worries.
But yes, you need to let us know where to meet you. That's probably a good thing.
I will. Don't worry.
All right, mate.
All right.
See you guys
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.